us. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on, Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Look at that hole open up. Francisco's going to cut free. He's over the 30. Rush the puck. Here comes free. He fires.
While the Legacy Sabres are no longer the new kid on the block. Yes, they're newer to the WDA. However, the brand new little sisters here. It's Minot North in town to take on the Sabres in the first ever matchup in WDA basketball between Legacy and Minot North High School. Welcome into the capital city and Legacy High School's gymnasium for a WDA basketball doubleheader tonight. It's the Sabres at 3-0, number 5 ranked team of the state of North Dakota, taking on the 0-2 Minot North Sentinels. I'm Nick Colberg, joined tonight by former University of Mary standout Mr. Cole Higlin on the call. It's our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's a 15-minute drive-through oil change. You really can't beat it. I sit there, I read my email, maybe eat my lunch. It's fast, it's convenient. They do a fantastic job at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. I'll bring in my broadcast partner, Mr. Cole Higlin. I know you got a little smile on your face when I brought up that you were a standout at Mary, but you had some accolades. It's fair to say you know your way around the hard court. Thanks for joining me tonight, partner. Should be a fun one here in the capital city.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's kind of a fun evening here tonight. It's nice to see the Minot North Sentinels. I was kind of curious just to see what the colors of the uniforms were. You know, we don't get that much action as far as what's going on up there and how the school got named, and you kind of follow it. And I think a lot of people in the WDA are pretty excited to see Minot get 2 schools.
Yeah, it really is a lot of question marks that come to the table. There really is a lot of question marks that come to the table. We saw them in volleyball really have no real issue. They were a team that was in the hunt to get to the state tournament when it was all said and done. In this matchup pertaining to the girls first here tonight, there's a lot of big question marks, and one of them is, can they hang with Legacy tonight? The boys have maybe shown that they have a better chance to hang with the Legacy boys later this evening, but really when you're brand new like this, what does it boil down to in your mind?
You know, confidence. I think that's in any sport, and especially in girls' sports, is just sometimes they need that extra step, that confidence. Coach is going to build them up, parents are going to build them up, and then obviously you got the team camaraderie, and they're trying to build that culture. When it's a new school like that, obviously there's not a lot of history, not a lot of tradition, so you're making that tradition and that culture for this school. And so I was talking to Coach Lauf a little bit before the game and just really asking him the questions of how has it been developing these girls over the last 3 years. And he had mentioned they actually beat Legacy's JV last year down here, but they didn't have Marley Falcon on the court, and Marley went up to Minot and they lost by 16. So he's hoping he can redeem himself. But the point that he's saying is that these girls that played volleyball learned how to win, learned how to compete. And then he said the practices are that much more competitive, because I think when they got to that varsity level on the volleyball, they really understood what it's like to practice hard, compete, night in, night out, having to play 2 games a week that are competitive. And WDA, you can't afford to lose too many road games. You got to knock some teams off and hopefully get to that opportunity where you're not in the play-in game.
Let's take a look at the standings right now. Nice segue right here into the Shield standings and girls hoops in the WDA. It is a gauntlet when you talk about West Region basketball, and we'll look at the rankings and the polls inside the state coming up in just a moment. But you've got Legacy that's going to be a favorite to get back to the state tournament. You've got Minot High that is one of the clear-cut number 1s inside of the state of North Dakota. Williston improved on the year from where they were at 3-0. Bismarck's going to be tough as always at 2-0. Mandan's a team with McKenna Johnson and company. I mean, they're going to be a real tough out. Century's never easy to get through. St. Mary's is there. Jamestown, Dickinson, and then Minot North. Minot North really is kind of the wild card of where everybody else will fall into line in the state of North Dakota. Let's talk about the East for just a moment. They're down maybe just a bit compared to some of the years past, but there's still some dynamite in West Fargo. Horace, they took Minot High to the wire the other night. That was a 1-versus-2 matchup, and it was Horace that ended up dropping to the Magents in the Magic City. But they've got some talent. They've got some studs, some Division I players, Hale and company on that team that are going to move on and do some good things this year. Sounds like Davies is pretty good out east as well. But back to that conversation for a moment here, Cole. The WDA schedule and how grueling it really is. When it's all said and done, only 4 teams out of the West region get into the state tournament. Can you pick 4 right now where we stand on the opening night of conference play?
Well, I think the one that surprises everybody is Century. You know, they're in 6th right now, and yes, they're a rebuilding year. They've had some great teams for probably the last 10 years. Maybe a little bit down overall, and not as much experience they've had in the past. But I agree with you. I mean, any night you got to go up against McKenna Johnson with Mannon, who's got Bismarck High tonight. Bismarck High's got a lot of speed and athleticism. And then you go into what Minot and Legacy have developed. Obviously, you got some D1 athletes in Lily Bell, and you got Brooklyn Belkley, and I think it's just on and on. But I think the key is everybody knows who the stars are. It's who's going to rise to the top that maybe wasn't a starter last year, maybe getting some opportunities. Maybe they developed over the summer, got a jump shot. I mean, I watched some of these games already, and it's like these girls are getting stronger.
Yeah, quicker, stronger, more precise. There's no doubt about that. We'll see some of the state's top talent on the floor tonight. We'll look at them in just a moment. But first, how about the media poll brought to you by Ackerman Esfold in girls hoops and AA basketball. Minot, 15 of the 16 first place votes were received by the Majettes last week. Horace and Minot High again played to an overtime thriller at Magic City campus on Saturday afternoon. Minot got the win. Davies ranked 3, Mandan ranked 4, Legacy ranked 5. Century not receiving any votes, but Bismarck High School is. So Capital City's tough in girls high school basketball again this year. On the boys' side, Minot ranked 1, Bismarck number 2, Davies 3, Century 4, Mandan 5. Dickinson, Red River, Legacy, and Cheyenne all receiving votes. We'll talk more about the boys coming up later on here tonight. There's your media poll inside the state of North Dakota. The new one comes out tomorrow. How much will it change after tonight's action? Well, we'll find out when we come back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Cole and I will break down the specifics of this ball game. We'll also look at our player to watch here tonight. Brooklyn Founkley's been on the block for a while, and we'll tell you why she's going to be a key in not only tonight's ball game, but the rest of the year coming up on the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show here from Legacy High School's gymnasium.
The right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! news. If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
You worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show ahead of Minot North and Legacy for the first time ever in girls high school basketball. Well, let's highlight one of the players to watch here tonight. It's Brooklyn Felkley, the 6'3" senior for the Legacy Sabres. How do you like this, Cole? 19.7 points per game. She's played in 77 of the minutes already this year. The stat that really hopped off the paper for me, though, was that the 29 rebounds really is something special, isn't it?
Well, 29 rebounds, and she's shooting 78% from the field. She's 26 of 33 from the field in 3 games. Just shows you that they're going to dump the ball inside, and she's scoring at will. And obviously, like you said, averaging 19 a game. That South Dakota State bound athlete. That just shows the kudos there of going to a Division I school, and they've been very successful. And it's going to be a fun game here tonight.
Plenty of accolades for Brooklyn Felkley. Watch for her to be one of the top players in the state here this year. She certainly will be on the floor here tonight. Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show carries on as we'll salute our country with the playing of our nation's national anthem, or the national anthem coming up in just a moment. The introductions taking place first here. It's Minot North coming in at 0-2. Legacy at 3-0 on their campaign. A pair of wins over East Region foes and Red River. They beat the Riders 60-54. They had Fargo North 66-40. Minot North coming off their most recent game against Belcourt to single A school. Belcourt's for real, however, and that was a pretty good matchup just a few nights back on the PSP network. Well, we'll take one more break, then we'll come back with our nation's national anthem coming up. That looks like we're going to do our starters first here, Cole. That's what we'll do. We'll keep it right here inside the court. Let's do that instead. Let's take a look right now at our keys to the game. Well, we've got a moment here. Keys to the game brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to steal your heating and air game. The Northern Plains Heating and Air. First for Minot North, second chance points, not only on the offensive side, but defensively here tonight is going to have to be one of their main topics of conversation. And for Legacy, they're supposed to win. They're the number 5 ranked team in the state of North Dakota, just executing their plan here tonight. First of all, let's start with Legacy. Cole, what is that plan tonight? Is it Felkley all night long?
Well, I think until they can stop you inside, you know that Minot North is going to go zone a little bit, try to stop those dumps into the post, make it difficult on Felkley, which then you got to know where Marley Falkland's at the perimeter, make sure everybody's at and they're kind of contestant. We got to be adaptable here now. So now we're going to the national anthem.
Now we'll go to the anthem. Okay, well,
their first home game, no.
We'll come back to these keys to the game. Let's turn it down to the PA for tonight's official opening ceremonies and the presentation of tonight's national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Nick Holberg alongside of Cole Higland here for our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Now I think the reins have been turned free. We can get right back into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Let's go back real quick to those keys to the game here tonight. Those keys to the game brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Second chance points for Minot North. Execute the plan for Legacy. Back to that real quick. What is the game plan for the Sabres tonight?
Well, like I said, you got to go into Falkley. She's, like you said, shooting almost 70% from the field. As I mentioned, actually 78% from the field. You know that they're going to zone them. They're going to make it difficult to make that ball in. Know where everybody's out in that perimeter. Kick it out when the double team's there. But the key that I think for Minot North is they got to be careful here is that Legacy on the rebound side. This is what I think is an important stat. They're only giving up 27 rebounds a game, and they've got a 45 advantage. So they're plus 10, against their teams they're playing, and it has a lot to do with the length. So that's why we mentioned earlier, no more second chances. One shot, one rebound. Minot North has got to do that to kind of keep this in the game. The other interesting stat, they both have already played Red River. And Red River, obviously, Legacy won 60-54, and Minot North lost 59-51. So competitive games. We'll see how they kind of rolls out here tonight.
Should be a fun one. Those are your keys to the game. Brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. It is showtime from here inside of Legacy High School Gymnasium. Again, Nick Holberg, Cole Higland on the call tonight. Thanks for joining us. Let's put a cap on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's a 15-minute drive-through oil change. You can't beat it at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Minot North will be in the navy blues with the silver trim. Legacy in their home whites with the Vegas gold trim. Kelly against Falkley to start things off. Falkley wins it back, and we are officially underway for WDA basketball. Worked up top by the Sabres. They work it inside to Falkley. Falkley off the window, no good. Rebound pulled down. North has it. And they start the rush back to the other side of the court here as the ball's carried forward by Addison Clark.
Found it interesting that Minot North played behind Falkley. You usually think with the height advantage they'd play in front of her, throw the lob, but they stood behind her, let her score.
The game with inside the game, the chess match that is the coaching duties of this showdown. Justin Loff in his first year as the head coach against Jim Petrick. In year number 9, Petey they call him, has gone 268 to 148 in the wins versus loss column. 268 wins for Jim Petrick. I think how Joe Cattell calls him Playoff Pete because he seems to get him there each and every year, doesn't he?
Well, yes, he does. He does a great job. He's well coached, and those girls is fundamentally sound. He holds them to a high standard, but we kind of praised Falkley for her high shooting percentage. She's 0 for 3 to start the game, getting to that free throw line.
Falkley goes to the stripe and gets the first points of the night. When you're a player and you're in those situations like that where they usually fall like raindrops for you and you go 0 for 3 from the field to start, what do you tell yourself or what are you trying to do, Cole?
I think just what Falkley did, got to the free throw line, kind of break that ice, kind of get your legs back under you, give yourself a chance to kind of catch your breath. But sometimes you just try to rush a little bit. You know, everybody knows who she is. She's going Division I. She has high expectations for herself, and I think she's just got to calm down, relax, let the game come to her. Sometimes just making the extra pass to her teammates and then letting them kind of get involved first and then kind of follow suit.
North with possession. Trailing 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. BNC.bank locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Find them online at bnc.bank. Went off a Legacy foot. Minot North will inbound the basketball again here with Ellie Laskowski. How about this? The freshman leading the charge of all players inside this matchup tonight. 28 points per game for the freshman.
Just the ability to have that confidence in yourself and to be able to score and have a coach, Coach Lauf, trust in her and a freshman that she has the ability to kind of do that.
Spin move. Laskowski goes inside the paint, put it up off the window, no good. Falkley down with it. Falkley dishes off here, running the other direction now are the Sabres off the window. First field goal of the ball game is up and in. Abby Berman's got the points.
Yeah, and she had a big free throws against Red River where she was able to seal the win for Legacy and then kind of just has that hard work effort.
Welk surveys. Trying to go back inside. The hand came in the way. Addison Clark for Minot North blocked the ball, and it will go out of play. Legacy gets it back here with 16-10 to play in the opening half. 3-0 Sabres are on top. Tonight's game on the PSP Network proudly brought to you by Minot State University. Minot State, be seen, be heard, be you. More than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education at Minot State University. MSU grads get jobs, period. Runner in the paint, no good. Felkley rebound, put it off the glass. She traveled, and it will be Minot North basketball.
Yeah, and that was just a bad situation there where Avon Kelly had to help on penetration, which freed up the offensive rebound for Felkley, and you just like to see her gather herself and power up.
Trying to get across the timeline are the Sentinels. Laskowski gets the ball back, dishes off far side. Around the horn they go with it now as it's worked back underneath the rack. First points for Ashley Williamson are the first points for North tonight, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, and that zone press, I guess I'll call it, that Legacy was doing kind of opened up the windows, got to cut off those driving lanes.
You know, the charge up off the glass. Whitney Welk puts it in for 2.
Whitney Welk averaging 7.3 a game really is, I think, sometimes the glue for this team. Does some of the dirty work, doesn't get all the recognition.
Travel the violation up on it North. Williamson took too many steps with the basketball. Those role players like that are so important, aren't they? And a lot of times they're overlooked and underappreciated, maybe.
Well, yeah, they bring something to the team, a little bit of toughness. They're trying to prove themselves. Obviously, being a senior, not necessarily being the focal point when you got Falcon and Felkley in there, but you've had a great career playing with them. Just got a little quick there with her dribble with the travel.
Well, Felkley's finding a lid on top of the rim right now. She's 1 for 2 from the charity stripe, but first 4 of the ball game from the field have not dropped. There you saw Jim Petrick for just a moment.
Well, we had talked, we didn't get a chance kind of in pregame here, but Felkley was only 14 points away from hitting her 1,000 points, so she might be trying to rush it a little bit here tonight, trying to get to those 14 a lot quicker than normal. So now she's got the opportunity to kind of get that here later on. She's down 13 left.
Skowski with a big block inside. Minot North's got it with Addison Clark. Those can weigh heavy on you, trying to hit those milestones like that. This is a deep 3 on its way that was no good. Missed there for Williamson.
It's just a tribute to her career. As what be in the 4th game of her WDA senior year, almost at 1,000 here tonight.
3 attempt off the mark there. That one missed for Falcon.
Look at Coach Petrick down there just shaking his head like, keep shooting, keep going.
Williamson with the basketball, works it back up top. Dribbles to the left, then over to the right again. Dished off here to Clark. Inside, post play, no good. There's going to be a foul on the play as Kelly went up for the shot. Underneath the rack with the height advantage, Sadie Holler was the one that was there. Foul was committed.
Looked like she had good vertical position, had her hands straight up, slid with the offensive player. Sometimes they must have been putting the knee in a little bit, trying to dislodge them.
Well, there you see Bubba Lauf on your screen. Justin Lauf goes by Bubba from time to time.
Yep. I knew his dad really well, officiated with him and coached against him, and good man.
It's fun to see that tradition carry on, isn't it?
Yeah, he passed away. I was asking, I think it was 2007, Justin said. Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
High arcing 3, no good for Laskowski. Ball comes down to the Sabres. 2-on-1, fast break drill. This one's going to go off the shins there of Grayson Roram. The ball goes on a play. Legacy gets it back.
Yeah, and that's one of those 2-on-2 fast breaks. I think she probably should just, Marissa Markel should have just took it to the rim instead of trying to make that extra pass. Right idea, just wrong time.
Ball tossed in, worked inside the lane, no good. Intended to go into the hands there of 35, Holler.
Yeah, and that's where, normally the post play that you get Felkley in there, but whoever's in there, it's got to be able to hold that defender off. They're letting them kind of jump over their shoulder. They got their hands inside. They got to get their hands outside their shoulders, kind of create a target for that passer.
Travel the violation. I'm on at North. Fair to say it's not the prettiest ball game so far here tonight, the opener for the WDA conference play.
Yeah, you got to get those shots to fall. Obviously a little bit of travel in here, but to be expected here. Just a little pregame here. Got to get the nerves out.
Sabres with possession. This is Falcon. Works it up top. Back to Falcon. Over to the far wing. Dished off here to Lucas. Looking to the inside was Didi. Comes back away now. Lucas dropped it down. There's going to be a foul on the play. Falls on Minot North's number 2, Addison Clark, first personal. Second team foul.
Well, I think sometimes when you got the scouting report, like I said, Red River played zone the entire time. And I'm sure that's what they practice is, other teams are watching the scouting reports and get to see that they're playing zone and that Legacy struggled a little bit with it. And at the same time, that's probably what they practice all week. And now they come out in man-to-man and kind of confuse them. So they just got to get that rhythm rolling a little bit here. Slow down.
Well, Lucas goes 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Lead goes up to 5 at 7-2 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. This game, and one that you are a master of, rhythm is such a key word, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just when you got some momentum going, you don't want to call a timeout. You don't want a foul to happen. And then when they do, you're just kind of adjusting.
Roram blocked on the play.
But that's what happens in basketball. You got highs and lows at times, and that's really where the adversity of these kids and the maturity. I mean, we're talking 16 to 18-year-old kids out here having to handle that stress. And I always say you expect kids to handle that stress, but can't even clean their rooms at home.
Yeah.
So we put them on a basketball court in a large stage here in front of a lot of people. It gets a little stressful, and they don't want to turn the ball over. They don't want to miss shots, but it just happens.
North with possession. This is Roram. Dish back across. Lukowski gets it across the timeline. Double teamed here. She comes away with it. Drives it down to the corner. Looks to step back. Works it inside the paint. Off to Kelly. Kelly double teamed inside again. Comes back away down to Roram. Crashes in. Puts up the shot. Fouled on the play. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and Addie Dede there just kind of got her hand on the hip there a little bit when she got to turn the corner. Again, a little bit of dislodge. Obviously with the arm bar on the hip, they're going to call a foul every time.
Pro free throw line, the visit here, up and good. First one of the ball game for the sophomore Grayson Roram. Pro with 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians and advanced technology. It's Pro. Chance to pull back within 3. Bounces off the back of the rim. Rebound comes down Falkley. Falkley kicks it off here to Whitney Welk, and now the Sabres bring it back across the half-court line. Dede up top to Falcon. Inside, Falkley.
Yeah, now you're starting to see 3 girls kind of surround her as that lob comes in. They went high-low, and Falkley did a nice job keeping it high. But you got to give Minot North credit. They're not getting discouraged and not getting frustrated. They're keeping their competition going. Well, that's 2 travel calls on Falkley in the post there. I think just that double team frustrating her a little bit where she needs to just slow down, keep the ball high, pivot, turn and look.
Center court ball comes away here to Kelly. Dished off far side to Roram. Well, the stingy defense from Legacy causing some troubles here for the Sentinels. Spin move in the paint. Laskowski puts up the shot. Arcing ball drops in through the cup. First field goal of the ball game for Laskowski. 7-5, Legacy on top of the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Foul charged here on the Sabres. Charged on number 32, Abby Berman.
Like I said, missed. That was blocked by the nice median pole here. I didn't quite see what happened there.
Fantastic facility here at Legacy High School. I could scoot over for you, partner, just a little bit, if that would help your cause. Aaron Wald, I'm coming right over to you, my friend. Big thanks to Aaron Wald producing the show here tonight. Top of the key. Work back over to Laskowski. Looks over to her left and down dishes off into the hands here of Kinsey Wallstead. Shot was off the mark. Pulled down here by Whitney Welk, and Welk will bring it up the floor, trying to go back inside to Kelly. Off of Kelly, I should say, trying to go back to Falkley, but it was denied by Kelly, and it will be Legacy basketball once again.
Well, we talk about the youth of Minot North and just the ability to get back on defense. They miss a couple of shots, getting contested shots that may be a little more difficult than they should be, but they get back. They don't put their heads down. I think what Coach Lauf is doing, trying to keep them positive, is great right now.
There's Brooklyn Falkley off the glass and in.
We have the official countdown. She's 11 points left to get to 1,000. She's got 3 here tonight.
I would think she's probably going to surpass that number here tonight. Young lady averaging 19.7 per ball game. Talked about her in our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show here tonight. Bit of a slow start for her, however. Talk about that with it being early in the year, and of course, some of these matchups from time to time just isn't a whole lot of flow early out of the ball game. Both teams doing a nice job defensively. Only 14 points being scored in the early portion of tonight's ball game. Ball work back outside, far wing. Wow, drains for three, no good. Comes back away to Falkley. Welk on the drive into the paint, finds Falkley underneath, puts it up and in.
Just a nice no-look pass, broke down that penetration from Welk, and Falkley again keeping it high, pivoting. But I think one of the questions here that maybe is taking the Sabres out of sync here a little bit is just that Brooklyn Sailor's not playing here tonight. She's got a concussion against Red River. So obviously a starter that's not normally in the lineup here, kind of mixing, matching people in.
Finding that rhythm is certainly something that isn't always the easiest thing when you have one of those key players and one of the five that normally is into the lineup. There's a foul on the play as Williamson crashed in. Here's another look at that last play on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Falkley from Welk. Nice execution down inside the paint. Welk with the basketball up top. 6-point lead for Legacy. Under 10 to play in the first half. Falkley kicks it outside, back to Falcon. Three-pointer, bingo.
Just nice inside-out play with the pass from Berman out to Falcon, which obviously we know what she's good at, is shooting that three.
Ball's going to be sent back down underneath the Legacy bucket. Minot North bucket, excuse me, goes on a play on the Sabres. Will be Minot North basketball. Well, whatever they're feeding them inside the Falcon household, you know that it's definitely got basketball on its mind and good enough for both those kids to be able to drain from downtown. We're going to see Parker Falcon, one of the top players in the state in the boys game, coming up next. It's interesting how that works, isn't it?
Well, I think it's just tributes to their work ethic. Someone's obviously got them in some shooting camps and form, but I always say shooting, yeah, there's opportunities that you can go to camps and coaches can help with, but to become a good shooter, you got to do that on your own, whether it's in your driveway, at the rec center downtown. But we don't see a lot of people going to parks anymore shooting like we did when we were kids, and so I think that's just the tribute to good shooters. They put that time and effort in.
At halftime tonight, I'll tell you the story. I can't tell it on air, but I actually won a game of 2-on-2 at Hammond Park in the Magic City one day with a good buddy of mine, Luke Erickson. And I'm not a basketball player, by the way, but I got the game-winning three-pointer, and it was fantastic stuff at Hammond Park.
How many years ago was that?
That was at least 20 now. Into the paint we go. There's going to be a foul on the play. 8:22 left here in the first half. Times have changed so much in all the sports across everywhere in the whole sports landscape. However, when you look at training and the off-season stuff, I mean, you almost have to be a part of some of that to be able to stay relevant, don't you?
Well, and I think there's very few athletes that are great at multiple sports like there was back in the 80s and the early 90s, and that's just because you had to specialize, and there's so many opportunities for these kids nowadays that it was today.
Falcon from deep, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Rorem. Owen Patterson's on the call with Chuck Claremont tonight of Mandan and Bismarck High and boys and girls hoops. They're on the air right now as well. Here's a three, dropped in. Counted for Ashley Williamson. She's got 5 in the ball game.
She's just got a little bit of a aggressiveness to her, or a little bit of attitude where she's just going to go on the offensive end. She's not really caring, kind of dribbles a little too much at times, but she's creating some things out there offensively for the positives.
Didi was off the mark, under 8 to play first half. 14-8 Legacy on top. Williamson thought about the heat check. Now she kicks it off over on the near wing. This is Francis back up top into the hands of Rorem. On the drive now, Rorem had it stripped from her. Last touch by Legacy. It will be North basketball.
Some of these turnovers that you're seeing by Minot North really isn't because of their lack of experience, I'm trying to say. It's just that the strength. I mean, they're giving up 20, 30 pounds to some individuals and a couple inches of height, and then you got the year or two of eligibility. That's what's with these young schools starting out here. just gives you that opportunity that you got to grow, mature, and learn how to take some physicality of it. And you can't really practice that. You got to be able to play these games and go through these war battles at times. And as you start to figure it out the second time around, it gets a little easier.
Nice play inside, that one off the mark. Sadie Holler had the chance. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's boys sports or girls sports. The difference between 14 and 18 years old, that's a lot of body development, Cole. There's no doubt about that. Here's Williamson deep. No good. Back to your point about the multi-sport athletes. Owen Patterson and I had the conversation on the way to the capital city here tonight, talking about how unreal Hudson Sheldon is in boys high school basketball. Brought that up to Owen. He got a big smile on his face, and he said, well, what about football? And I said, well, same thing. He said, what about baseball? I said, same thing. He said, what about track? Not often do you find a kid that's all West Region and all state at 4 events, throwing 4 different seasons in a year.
Yeah, and I live about 3 blocks from their mom and dad. I went to college with his dad, actually played at University of Mary with him. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Very rare to see an athlete of that caliber, but I give it all credit to his mom. She was a heck of a track athlete.
Ava Lucas from downtown, bingo. Got a daughter that's coming up in the basketball program. Her mom was an All-American college basketball player, so hoping that there's a little more mom there than dad when it comes to it. I was just a backup JV hockey goalie back in the day. 17-8 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Legacy on top of Minot North here at half number 1.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit off, 7, pressure, points, yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Tonight's ball game on the PSP Network, proudly brought to you by the UPS Store, located on South Broadway in the Magic City. The UPS Store for all your packing and shipping needs. Open 6 days a week. It's the UPS Store in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Nick Holberg, Cole Higlin on the call here this evening from Legacy High School Gymnasium. Right now, Legacy with the lead at 17-8. Anything that you can see that Minot North needs to do differently at this point to the ball game?
You know, unfortunately, just got to knock down some shots, but it's the reason why they're not falling. They're just got that length of what Legacy is. They're just not getting open shots. They're making good set plays. They're getting opportunities that are there. They just got to be able to keep firing away and take it. They're going to have to win a little bit ugly here tonight and hopefully grind some shots out. That just, it's not going to be easy with the length that we've mentioned already before, and just those dump posts into Felkley are getting too easy right now.
Brooklyn Felkley inside, off the window and in. The South Dakota commit. She's got 7 down in the ball game, 7 away from 1,000.
Yeah, that's a great feat. And I know as an athlete, and I had a daughter that had the opportunity, but I had so many other friends as kids getting to that 1,000 points is a great feat. A lot of times kids don't get 4 years to do that, and she's got the opportunity to do that, and she's going to have a great career.
Right at half court, ball's going to be touched last by Aurora.
I'm surprised Minot North hasn't even tried to go zone yet. They're still sticking to their man-to-man. Obviously, the ball gets in the paint. They're going to double and triple and give up the perimeter shots. But talking to Coach Lout before the game, he was trying to throw out some mixtures and opportunities there, but he's sticking with man-to-man here so far the first half.
Felkley inside, dishes it outside around the perimeter. They go with it back to Welk. Felkley inside, off the window, the post play, and the power is there from Felkley.
Yeah, you're starting to see her get her second win here. Got a little legs underneath her, spinning quickly before that double team comes, not waiting for them to come. She's just going before it gets there.
Deep 3 downtown, count it.
Kinsey Wellstead.
Wellstead from deep with her first points of the ball game. Minot North hanging around, down by 10. Falcon up top, trying to go inside, back to Felkley. Kelly got a hand on it. Ball went on a play. Legacy will get the ball back. Well, you look at Legacy and what they were able to do a year ago. They qualified for the state tournament again, and a Legacy team led by Jim Petrick that had some dynamite come postseason time. There's Felkley off the mark, gets her own rebound. Felkley walked on the play by Kelly. Was it clean? I don't think it was. Is there a foul charged here to Avon Kelly there is.
Yeah, but I like the aggressive by Avon Kelly. She's like, I gave up the offensive rebound. I'm not going to let her get an easy second put back point and kind of sent the message here a little bit. She's got 2 quick fouls here in the first half. Now she's got to play a little bit smarter. North needs her in this game here.
Falkley at the charity stripe. She's now 2 for 3 in the ball game. 4 away for Falkley to get to 1,000. Make it 3 away. Drops it in. Well, you see the young lady on your screen right there, Brooklyn Falkley. We highlighted her in the pregame show tonight. She's been fun to watch in her high school career. On her way to hitting a milestone here this evening. Deep 3 from the far side, no good. Rimmed in and out for Orem.
Yeah, the shot selection for Minot North has been excellent. I think Coach Louth would be very happy with the shots. They're just not dropping here right now. Continue to keep pushing the ball, beat that half-court trap.
Falkley had the chance, missed. 12-point lead for Legacy. Step back, Laskowski. It's a high arcing shot, isn't it?
But you know, they're shooting a little quicker than they're used to, just because I've mentioned it before a few times here, the length, but they're getting high percentage shots. They're just not able to drop them, which again, second time around in the season, they're going to be able to get those shots to fall.
Ball comes back away to the Sabres underneath the rack. Off the back of the rim, just missed there on the chance for Merkel. Pushed off ahead, Laskowski all by herself, lays it up off the window and in.
And it's been a little bit of a drought here for North, but that's a great breakout opportunity here to kind of break it up. And now they went to a zone.
23-13, Legacy on top. Worked up to Falcon. Sends it inside, Falkley. Back up top from 3 lads. Solinsky downtown, dropped it into Falkley, and Falkley's got the money from the right side of the glass. She's got 5 in the ball game.
That's Marley Falcon, yeah, right place, right time. Just had a little air shot there and kind of followed her shot up.
Falkley's got the rebound, pushed off ahead, comes back away down to Welk. Welk tried to put it up. She's fouled on the play. Roram commits the foul.
As I mentioned earlier, I think Welk just kind of is the glue, as I mentioned earlier. Kind of does a little bit of all the things. She plays on that defense, getting those extra passes, does the reversals, and then when the opportunity comes, she's not forcing the jump shots. She kind of takes what the defense gives to her, but she also feeds off of what those posts are kicking out to her, and she knocks them down when she has the opportunity.
From the free throw line, chance was there for Welk. Off the mark, 0 for 1 now from the stripe. ServPro free throw line, ServPro 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians and advanced technology. It's ServPro.
So how is the community of Minot liking the fact that we all have 2 Class A schools and obviously Minot Ryan, but I mean, has it been positive for everybody?
I would say that it has. I certainly, as a sports fan, you go back to football season and you had some tough decisions to make if you were impartial to the Magi or the Sentinels. The success that was had at double and AAA football for both of those schools. I think from a sports fan's perspective, you just get that many more games that you get to see, especially of WDA basketball and high school football, of course.
Well, and even the student athlete gives them more opportunities to more kids to play. And I think that's what high school athletics is all about.
3 attempt on its way. That one off the mark, missing there for Watson. Taken back down, Laskowski on the run, puts it up off the window, no good. Tries for a rebound, got it. Kicks it up top around the horn. Williamson, long 2, front of the rim, pulled down here by the Sabres, and they bring it back across the timeline now here with Grace Watson. Timeout, Jim Petrick. First International Bank and Trust, timeout on the floor. First International Bank and Trust, proudly serving our great state since 1910. They've grown into a monster in the banking world. It's First International Bank and Trust. Locations across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Find them online, FIBT.com. Sabres by 13 with 93 seconds left here in the first half.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Tonight's game on the PSP Network proudly brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. On the drive, the foul is committed here on the near side. With the foul charged to Bryn Francis.
I think Coach Lau's trying to figure out if she had verticality. Where was the contact? She had all ball in the hand on top of it. And obviously, we're 75 feet away, so we have a better view, right?
Lau still having that conversation here on the near sideline.
I think he's got to show his support for his players when they think they do a great job on the defensive end. Sometimes it's the spark that Minot North may need to kind of start knocking down some shots.
Look inside, up off the glass. Zadie Holler puts it up and in. Her first field goal, according to my count.
Yep, the 6'3" sophomore did a nice job of sealing her defensive player on her back and just keeping the ball low.
Williamson.
I like Ashley Williamson. She has no fear of letting her fly.
Second three-pointer of the ball game for her. Falcon downtown, swoosh.
That's Falcon's second three here in the game. 8 total for the night tonight.
Williamson on the drive. Final 30 seconds approaching here in the ball game. Another look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. DriveRyan.com. Browser massive inventory online. Marley Falcon from deep. Nice looking shot.
Oh, just even when she misses, it looks like it's going in.
North to inbound underneath the rack here with Kinsey Wallstead. Put into play, comes up to Roram. 15-point lead for the Sabres with under 30 seconds to play here in this first half. Laskowski from deep, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by the Sabres. They'll bring it across the timeline. Shot clock goes off. Jim Petrick says, let's take the last shot of the first half. Falcon on the drive, right to the rack, puts it up off the glass and in.
And you see Coach, you know, they always try to run that high post option and get a nice layup there at the end.
Well, the opportunity at the end of the first half. Close, but just off. 33-16 at the break. Magic Towing halftime report comes up next here on the PSP Network.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Magic City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clamine, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clamine, and McBride.
Welcome into our Magic Towing halftime report. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. Put this number in your phone now. You'll be glad that you did. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, proudly serving Western North Dakota. Magic Towing also giving you $50 off when you mentioned PSP Network. $50 off per tow when you mention PSP Network at Magic Towing. 33-16 the score at the end of our first half of basketball. Welcome in. It's Nick Holberg alongside of Cole Higland, former University of Mary standout. Well, Higgy, your thoughts after one half of basketball? Legacy 33, Minot North 16. Maybe didn't feel that lopsided in the first half in some regards. Minot North just didn't shoot the ball too well.
Yeah, that first 10 minutes was a little sloppy. Obviously, a few turnovers and missed shots that normally didn't fall. Obviously, Felkley got going there later in the first half, kind of opened it up to everybody. And I don't think no one's surprised by the score. I think Legacy was favored heavily, but I give North credit. They are not backing down. They're not afraid. They're turning the ball over. They're staying positive. I like how Coach Louth is rotating people in, keeping them fresh. Keep shooting the ball, see what happens.
The numbers brought to you by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships. DriveRyan.com. Browse our massive inventory online. Here's what it looks like on paper. Sentinels 16, Sabres 33. 6 scores in the books for Legacy, 4 for Minot North. 7 chances at the stripe for the Sabres. Only 2 chances at the stripe for Minot North. 3 3-pointers on each side. Individually, it breaks down like this. Whitney Welken, 3, 5 for Ava Lucas, 10 for Marley Falcon, 2 for Abby Berman, 11 in the ball game for Brooklyn Felkley. She's got the game high, and she's now 3 away from 1,000. Sadie Holler had 2 for Minot North, 4 for Laskowski, 8 for Williamson leading the Sentinels, and 3 for Wellstead. 1 more to add. That was Grayson Roram, the only other one to grab a point for Minot North in that first half. Well, if you break this down, is there anything Minot North can do if they want to come out of here with a W tonight?
Obviously, got to take care of the ball and limit the turnovers and then hit those open shots when they're there. You're not going to get too many opportunities for open shots, so when they do come up, get yourself. They shot the ball a little quicker than I think they wanted to there, but unfortunately, it's just that length that I mentioned before that's just kind of hurting them right now.
Abby Berman drops it in for 2.
So I was down there checking the scorebook. Well, Joel Wellstead, which is Kenzie Wellstead's his daughter out there, he played at University of Mary, and his brother is Nate Wellstead from Century. So it was like a small world real quick when I was talking to him. He's a few years behind me, but he played out at Mary, and we played amateur ball against each other. And nice to see his kids grow up, and Molly, his wife, was a heck of a basketball player at University of Mary too.
Basketball world's a fun one, isn't it? Especially in North Dakota.
Well, I always say I remember who I played with and against, but I don't remember the scores.
Sentinels with possession. Laskowski with it here. From the elbow, jump shot. That one's going to drop in. First bucket of the ball game in the second half for Kinsey Wellstead.
Did we just cue that up? Talked about her dad, her Billy, her mom, and then she knocks down a shot for us. So, again, just that little engine that could. There's obviously giving up a little bit of height there, but that junior's just kind of penetrating and helping get that mid-range shot.
Funny how that works sometimes. That was on a tee. Here's Felkley inside looking to get to 1,000 here tonight. Just missed on the inside. She was guarded there by Ava Kelly, and Kelly's got the duties on both ends of the floor going against one of the top players in the state. That's not an easy assignment tonight. She's got it here, up off the window, no good.
Yeah, they're just getting nice sets. They've got nice opportunities. They're getting good looks. Like I said, they're just getting rushed a little bit here. They just got to learn to balance, kind of take that extra step. But that comes with maturity, comes with age, and we've talked about it before, is just they're giving up a lot of experience here, but they are competing.
Skowski's got the basketball. She's going to cross the timeline with it.
Laskowski, as you mentioned, averaging 28 a game. He's got 4 here so far tonight, and I think that was a defensive focal point here for Legacy to kind of make sure she doesn't get quick, easy shots and get out there and get her 15, 20 in that first half.
Deep attempt, no good. Missing there for Addison Clark. Well, the Belcourt Lady Braves are going to be legit inside of Class A hoops. There's no doubt about that. Up and in for Ava Lucas. She's got her first 2 of the second half. However, the Legacy Sabres playing in this Double-A league, if you will, and Legacy maybe just a bit stingier than Belcourt. However, the Braves are going to be tough to beat come down the stretch, but that was Minot's last opponent.
Yeah, and I think for Legacy to be successful, they got to learn to play a little bit quicker. I think if I'm going up against Legacy, I'm going to speed them up, try to see if they can handle the press, not let them get in that half-court offense, which cued that up right there. They get in that half-court and they get the patience. They just can dump it into Felkley, and then I think you got to speed them up, hopefully turn the ball over a little bit, make them make poor decisions.
Sabres with possession. Across the timeline, worked out of the corner. This is a 3 attempt on its way, rimmed in, then out. Battle on the glass, comes down away. Here to Laskowski. No, it's Felkley that's got it. Timeout called by Jim Petrick. And well, we have the quick opportunity. Let's take a Planet Pizza live look in. Well, we would, but that game is either at half or at a timeout. The Planet Pizza live look in. You can see some of those sponsors on the PSP network. However, Mandan running away on Bismarck High here tonight. We'll give you that Planet Pizza live look in later in this ball game. 39-20, 19-point lead for Legacy with under 15 to play here in the second half of basketball.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a Fuel Tracker card from any of our C-Store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the Fuel Tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
We come back after the break, and Felkley goes inside. The turnaround jump shot, she's got 1,000. Wow.
Well, I think that was a great timeout by Coach Petrick to kind of set up a play, get it over with, get her mind off of something, and just kind of keep playing. But yes, great accomplishment to hit over that 1,000 points. Great honor.
Brooklyn Felkley with 1,000 points in her high school career. Celebration says it all from those Legacy fans on the far side and their teammates. Yeah, what an honor that is. What an accomplishment that is.
Well, I remember when she was a freshman just getting a little bit of playing time in WDA and really didn't know who she was. And then you could just see the potential. And it's nice to see her teammates and coaches happy for her success. You know, she didn't do it on her own. Now someone had to pass it to her. And all the effort and the time and the coaches and the extra weightlifting and all the things you had to do to get to this level. It's a great accomplishment.
Well, Jim Petrick, the head coach, Brooklyn Felkley family and company, I would have to think everybody can relax a little bit more now. That's a weight that you start to carry on your shoulder, an unneeded weight. It's just a natural thing, though, to have that kind of looming over your shoulders, I would think.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's kind of what scores are measured by, is did you score 1,000 points in high school? Did you score 1,000 points in college? And she's got a great career ahead of her and the opportunity to present themselves. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a great chance and to be a part of it. And obviously Legacy's not that old of a school, so I don't know how many 1,000-point scorers there are here, but great accomplishment on her behalf, and she's still got a lot of games left.
Skowski blocked in the lane. Felkley tosses it down the court. Welk on the run, puts it up and in.
And we just mentioned earlier in the first half how Welk's role there is takes when those offensive opportunities are there, got out quickly, used Felkley's length to get that rebound and quick outlet.
On the dribble here for Minot North. Comes to Williamson. Deep three. Swoosh.
I like Ashley Williamson. I mean, just the ability to just let her fly. She has no fear. You know, the senior that's got a lot of experience, averaging 8, already has 13 in the game here tonight. That's her third 3 here tonight.
Helping Minot North's cause, trailing by 20 at 43-23. Falcon. Corner pocket. She's got an answer every time. Falkland from downtown. She's got 13.
And that's her third 3 also here tonight. And again, she's got her feet set in that corner. You got to know where she's at all times. Make her move, make her be uncomfortable. Be interesting to ask her who's a better shooter, her or her brother.
Yeah, that would be a fun conversation to have, no question about that. Well, both teams bringing some players off the bench. Here with 13:33 left in our Second half of basketball. 34-14, Mandan over Bismarck at the break. Spin move inside, underneath the rack. Blocked from over the top. 2 shots coming here for Minot North. Legacy's going to be a tough out this year. Bismarck High is going to be a tough out. Minot High, of course, is going to be tough. Mandan might have a chance to do something special this year. Is that a fair statement in your mind for girls hoops?
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't seen them play. Obviously, I've been to the new gym. Have you seen that?
Wow.
Yes, very nice. They did a nice job with that, and I think the community's very happy with it. But yeah, going back, McKenna Johnson, kind of like what we have with Falkley here. Who's going to step up for them and kind of be that second, third scorer for them and be consistently scoring for them? But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting, and you saw that Bismarck High score here. And it's going to be an interesting year, and I think the whole WDA has a lot to do with height and just that ability to control the paint.
2 shots coming as inside foul to the play was Sadie Holler. Taking a look at the standings inside of the WDA conference play opening up tonight, by the way. Those standings brought to you by Shields. From the charity stripe, first one off the mark. Now the attempt from Holler. She's now 0 for 1 in the ball game. Front of the rim. Rorham's got it for Minot North. Step back 3, Clark. Bad shot. Is that Clark or was that Katie Nelson?
That was
Excuse
Katie
me.
Nelson, yeah. Getting into the game, getting her first points. Sophomore guard, not afraid to let her fly. That's one thing I'll say about Coach Lauf is, you know, he's got a young team, probably not as experienced as he would like, but the only way he's going to get it is to build their confidence, let her fly. You miss a few, keep shooting, rotate in.
Sabres working around here with 12:30 to play in the ball game. Shot clock down to 8, crashing down towards the paint. Minot North touched it last. Legacy gets the ball back. Yeah, that Mandan Gymnasium across the Big Muddy, that's something special. Any idea what the attendance, the max attendance in there is?
I know it too. I want to say right around that 2,300, give or take. I don't remember the exact number, but yeah, it's right around that 2,300. What I like is they have all 4 sides of the gym's got seating. Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to take a look at it, some pictures online. They did a very nice job, created the colors, and just kind of the floor is just a little different than what you would see that black and silver throughout.
Fantastic work by the community of Mandan. Ball put up off the window and in. Selensky drops it in for her first 2 of the ball game. Nelson for North to Laskowski. Work back up top. They go back over to Rorham. Laskowski. Dribble drive move, crashes in, puts it up off the window and in.
And Laskowski has kind of struggled on the offense a little bit here. Got her 6-point here, as we mentioned earlier, averaging 28 a game. Really the first time she's seen some length of her similar capabilities.
Scrum forward inside, ball's going to be knocked out of play. Another look at the Laskowski 2-point play on the other end of the floor on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. 5 locations between Minot and Williston. It's driveryan.com. Browse for massive inventory online today. Ryan Family Dealerships. 48-28, 20-point lead. Minot North kind of hanging around here in the second half.
Well, I think one of the hardest thing for a coach, especially Coach Lauf, you know going in the game you're probably on up a hill battle and you're not necessarily favored to win. So how do you keep these kids motivated? And I think he's done an amazing job here to get these kids to compete. A lot of times kids, when they see they're down 20, might not compete as hard as they should. And, you know, it's an opportunity there for learning, as we know, and trying to keep their positive. But none of the kids are hanging their heads out there. They're still competing.
Sammy Watson up and in off the glass.
We got 8 players. Now that's 9 players in the scoring column here for Legacy.
Laskowski, dribble drive again, blocked on her way to the rack. Ball's taken away here by Merkel. Sabres with possession around the horn. They go with it here with 10:25 to play. Blocking is the foul on Minot's Williamson. 50-28 the score.
Yeah, we got about 10.5 left here in the second half, so you're going to see probably the starters come back in for a good hard 5 minutes, and then he's going to sub them back out for the rest of the game and prevent any type of injuries. But got to get that continuity rolling with them too. Maybe try some different things that they haven't done in the past.
Sabres with possession, they control here. From the left side, spinning into the paint, finding Falkley in deep. Falkley off the window.
Yeah, and Welk set that play up, kind of patiently slowing Minot North down a little bit. Used her spin dribble, got caught in the air a little bit, and no look past. I think that's how Falkley's going to get her points at times here, because they're keen on her in a one-on-one situation, but in that half court where they can break some people down, somebody has to help over and recover, and then you make that extra pass, and that's just great coaching and great teamwork as far as from Legacy being able to move the ball.
Sent into Wellston. Swings it to her left, and now Wellston calls for it back up top. Laskowski on the drive. Laskowski puts up the shot, blocked heavily there. Falcon had the coverage. Falcon now double teams. Bounce passes it away. Back into the hand here of Lucas. She'll cross the timeline with it. Well, back to Lucas. Long two on its way. Dropped in.
There's just a lot of kids that can score the basketball here for Legacy. As you mentioned, long two. That was always the coach's nightmare when you're playing. If you're on the line, get behind it. Get threes better than two.
Sent forward, touched last by Minot North. Getting a hand on it was Roram. Join us tonight for our Planning Team Financial Advisors at Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial Advisors, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. Find them online, planningteam.com. And Shots Crossroads, home to the famous number 99, where team buses are always welcome. It's Shots Crossroads. We'll have our Magic City Home Leisure move of the game and our Sport Clips MVP of the game coming up tonight as well. And we'll get ready for the boys matchup. Legacy and Minot North. I don't know if anybody really knows what to expect of the next ball game coming up. We know what Legacy has. Minot North in their first conference appearance ever with the new school and varsity level competition. Handful of those players played for Minot High School last year, however, so Minot North could surprise some people inside the WDA.
When I saw some of their height, I mean, they got up 6'2", about 4 kids over 6'2", and a couple around that 6'4", 6'5" range. So you know they're going to be athletic, they're going to be strong, they're going to get up and down. I think they're going to compete a little bit here, and it'll be exciting to see just how Legacy reacts to that.
8.5 to play in regulation. Williamson with the basketball for the Sentinels. Crosses back over to the left. Guarded heavily here, right in her face is Ava Lucas. Williamson needs to get rid of the basketball. Lucas took it away, and then the ball was kicked.
I just tried to do a little too much there, dribbling. Obviously, get the. As an offensive end here, you want that ball moving without having to dribble. And if you're going to dribble, you should be dribbling to pass or dribbling to shoot. And she was going sideways, not really creating anything. And so kind of got caught in no man's land and turned it over.
North's a team that came into this matchup here tonight averaging 66 points a game. On average, they're giving up 71 in the first two matchups of the year that they've played against Red River and Belcourt. Turtle Mountain Community High School, rather. Falkley got it back, little runner. Bounced off the rim, no good, just missed there. Comes back away now here to Roram, and Roram carries it across the court. Williamson way downtown, front of the rim. Roram rebound. Runner in the paint. Too much on it, got her own rebound. She's going to be fouled as she went up for the shot.
Yeah, it's been a long second half here for Minot North. They had 16 and a half, and they're just struggling here to get to the 28 mark here. And unfortunately, there's just a little bit tired legs. Shots are coming up short.
From the charity stripe, Addison Clark. Good on her first trip to the line here tonight. Second one, no good. Falcon, far side, Welk, corner pocket, money ball from downtown.
Whitney Welk just stepping up here. If there's second three here, or excuse me, second three.
North has possession. Kelly tried to go inside. Touched last by Legacy off the hands there of Abby Berman.
You know, Coach Lauf's got some nice schemes. He's got good movement. He's got some nice set plays he's trying to run. Minot North's just got to get used to the speed of this game a little bit here. As again, we mentioned the youth, but their bounce passes are about a half a second too slow. Their anticipation's just a little bit behind. Their shot selection needs to be a little bit slower, and they can control the shot. As we mentioned, a block right there is take that extra dribble, get around the defense. But I'll tell you what, come second round of the WDA, I'd be a little scared to see how much confidence these kids get, and they grow, and they're going to learn from these mistakes. Everything that you go out here today, you're struggling a little bit. Shots aren't falling the way you are, but at the end of the day, you're going to get a little more confident, a little bit stronger, a little more smarter. And in second round, we all know no one shows all their cards in that first round of WDA. They're not going to show all their little junk defenses and special plays here and there. And you never know. The way they shoot this ball here tonight, I mean, if they got hot, all of them, it could definitely be a different game.
Without question. Only one senior in the lineup, and Ashley Williamson. Sophomore, junior, sophomore, sophomore, junior, junior, sophomore, sophomore, and then three freshmen. That's quite a bit of underclassmen in this lineup for Minot North.
And you think about that, it's a lot of Class B teams got that. You know, one senior on a team where they struggle to have the numbers here. So with a new school, they're getting a lot of experience, a lot of great opportunities that a lot of these kids might not have gotten if they were playing at Minot High.
Falcon was off the mark on the three. Now she's got it on the pass from Welk. You're right. Welk is the glue, isn't she?
She just
nice
has
read.
just has a nice feel of the game, knows where to make that extra pass. She's breaking down the defenses.
Sent inside by the Sentinels. That shot off the glass. Bryn Francis too strong. Down to 6:10 to play in regulation. 30-point lead here for the Legacy Sabres, the 5th-ranked team in the state of North Dakota. You can add to it. Falcon from downtown.
That's her 4th-3 here in the game. 10 in the first half, got 8 in the second for 18.
Legacy starting to turn it on a bit here. Cole off the window and in. Count the bucket there. Gracie Watson, was it that had it, or was it?
Had Gracie Watson knocking that one down. The 5'8" freshman getting some time here tonight.
Gracie Watson drops it in. 64-29. Legacy.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Tonight's ball game on the PSP Network proudly brought to you by Mason Kramer Photography. Game action shots, senior portraits, you name it. Mason Kramer Photography. Find him online, masonkramerphotography.com. Basketball controlled here by the Minot North Sentinels. First conference matchup in their existence. Trailing 64-29 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. I think you said it best earlier on here in this ball game. It's not easy getting beat this way, 64-29 with 5:09 left in the contest. However, the compete level just hasn't gone away from Minot North.
Yeah, they just continue to rotate kids in. Coach Lauf and his assistants are just kind of building their confidence, letting them know it's all right. Play a game within yourself. What are you doing that you can do better for this team? Are you working on your ball handling? Are you getting the mid-range shots? Are you making the extra pass? Rotation on defense? It's really just a learning situation that's better than having to practice against your own teammates all the time.
Well, Jim Petrick looking to move to 269 wins in his 9 years at the Legacy head coaching position. He's only been beaten 148 times. Pretty good ratio for Jim Petrick.
Yeah, I remember when he was at Shiloh Christian when he started there. And a little side note, he had an opportunity to come to Mandan to be the coach, and he chose the Legacy job, which I had a daughter at that time playing, so we were kind of hoping he might have swung over, but he made a good decision for his family and himself. And he's done a great job here, and I think his culture, his ability to create good kids. I mean, that's where you're looking at. You don't see kids out there with bad attitudes. He doesn't tolerate any of that, and I think that's just kind of the message that he sends, and I think it's great that these kids respond to him in a way that most coaches struggle with that age difference.
Avon Kelly's been held off the score sheet in the ball game until now. She drops it in from the Serve Pro free throw line. Serve Pro with 24/7 emergency service. Trained technicians and advanced technology at Serve Pro. Second one for Kelly, nothing but nets.
So I wasn't a hockey guy, but when the game was a blowout in hockey and you were struggling to keep your mindset in there, how did you guys adjust in that game, or were you just trying to get your own points? Of course, you were the goalie, though.
In the early 2000s, it was much different then because it would turn into a little bit more of a physical affair at those times, and a lot of times that would be what would try to motivate everybody, would get a little physical in those ways. Sometimes when you're outmatched like that, you just know that you want that clock to get down to zero, I think was a big reality in many of those times. Yeah, and basketball much different, of course, without being able to use that physicality, which is part of the game of hockey.
But you see that sometimes, too, in games where maybe teams shouldn't be trying to get to the rim and just kind of pull it out, run some clock. You'll see some guys get a little bit physical there and get a little chippy, but overall the officials usually do a pretty good job of controlling that.
3:20 left here in regulation. 66-31. Legacy Sabres on top of the BNC National Bank scoreboard. They're not done yet. They work it around the horn here. Wide open from three, land on its way, just short. Missing there was Gracie Watson. She's got 2 in the ball game, looking for her 5th point of the night in the last play. Kelly inside, works it back up top, Wellston. Down to Clark. Clark into the paint. Back out, Laskowski. Rainbow 3, no good.
And Legacy's had her number here tonight, making it difficult for her to get those open shots, and great recover on that.
Block on one end, the feed on the other. Clark lays it up off the window and in.
That's Clark's first points here tonight.
Skowski gets credited with a big block in that sequence of events. 33-point lead for the Sabres. No good. Rebound inside. Up off the window and in. Sadie Holler's got 2 more.
Sadie Holler's got a nice game. Obviously, with Falkley being a senior and her a sophomore, Legacy's not going to miss much in the future with her agility and ability to get to the paint.
There's Laskowski in off the window. Now a new crop of players comes in on both sides. Run time in effect here, down to 1:46 ticking off the clock. Well, Cole will be on the court after the ball game. He'll have a conversation with our MVP of the ball game here tonight. And Jim Petrick, the winning coach of the showdown. That happens in the Planning Team Financial Advisor Shots Crossroads postgame show. Taken away here by Clark. Up off the glass and in, and Addison Clark having her point production coming in the second half.
Yeah, had no points in the game in the last 2 minutes here. Got a quick 4, nice finish of contact.
Around the horn for the Sabres. Final minute, 7 to tick down. Left-hand scoop off the window. Rebound was there. Step back 3 on its way. That one off the front of the rim. Rebounded, put back into the hands of the Sabres with a fresh shot clock. Ball's taken away by Minot North. The run and gun again. Dropped off. Williamson. The left hand off the window and in. 15 in the ball game for Williamson. Good effort here for her in this contest. However, Minot North trailing 39-68 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Shot clock down to 13. Swung out to the far side. Taken away by the Sabres as it comes back into the paint on the runner with the left hand. Missing there was Brothers, taken down by Williamson. She'll crash down, lays it up off the window and in. Williamson adds 2 more. That's going to do it from here at Legacy High School. The final score, 68-41. Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show coming up right around the corner. And we'll get set for the boys matchup. Sabres and Sentinels come up next here on the PSP Network. We'll break this one down first when we come back to Legacy High School Gymnasium.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Well, we come back to our Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show. Jim Petrick's on the floor with our very own Cole Higlin.
Congratulations, Coach. Obviously, the score was an indication, I think, of the level that Minot North can bring here in the future. We know they're a young team, but I think really that start of that first half, you guys kind of got off to a slow start. Can you kind of talk about how you got them out of that little funk and got them lit up and kind of opened that game up?
Yeah, we started really slow. We missed a lot of bunnies early on. And give Minot North credit. They got some athletic kids. Coach Love does a great job with them. They're prepared. Once the first few shots fell for us, we got a little more confident. I thought our pressure kind of got to them too, made them uncomfortable. And tonight our transition game looked pretty good. We got the ball rebounded pretty well. We looked to run, which put them in a lot of pressure situations. So slow start, happy with the ending.
Oh, I thought even when you didn't have a Sailor in there with the injury, how did that affect your team kind of mixing things up? Because I thought I've been saying it all year, and I even said it a little bit last year. She's kind of that glue that does all the little things, kind of makes the extra passes on the defensive end. She's getting those tips. But talk about Sailor not playing here tonight, and then what Welk's role is.
Yeah, you know, Welk is supposed to be just the heartbeat of this team as our point guard. I was really happy with our defense tonight. I thought she pressured the ball really well for us, and she can score for it too. But defensively, she kind of sets the tone. You know, Seiler, she's shooting about 50% on threes this year. She's our shooter, and so we missed her tonight. Other kids stepped up. You know, Brooklyn Felkley had a lot on her mind, I'm sure, but happy with her performance too.
Well, now I'm just going to ask about how many 1,000-point scores you got since you've been here. Do you know?
This is our third. So pretty special. And, you know, Brooklyn, the last two games was 20 for 22 combined. I mean, she hasn't missed. And, of course, she missed about 6 or 7 just bunnies. But, you know, she's such a special kid, good for our program, good to the younger kids coming up. You know, seeing kids like her get chances to compete at the next level at a higher stage, Division I, you know, it just does wonders for our youth programs coming up. So, special kid, happy she got it tonight. We didn't want to carry it over to an away game, so happy she got it tonight.
Well, congratulations, good luck on Friday, and that leads you right into it. So, you had a little slow start. I'm sure you were thinking of the 1,000 points, and you were kind of probably rushing a little bit, but I love that Coach Petrick called that timeout, ran a special play for her to get it. How's it feel?
Honestly, I'm absolutely speechless. I wasn't expecting everyone to rush me. I thought it was just gonna be a chill timeout, so it was really it's kind of been on my mind for a while now. My family puts a lot of I wouldn't say expectations, but they're very proud of where I am, and I'm just happy to get it over with and I can just play the rest of the season just pressure-free, I guess.
Absolutely, and I remember watching you as a freshman getting into WDA, and you knew the potential was there, and everybody measures your ability by scoring. But I think what I saw there with your teammates was how much of support they give for you, which attributes to who you are as a person. So obviously you can't score those 1,000 points without your teammates. So talk about how that role is and what they've done for you in your 4-year career.
Exactly. It's not all on one person. It never is. There's always assists, rebounds that go into it. And I've been very fortunate since my freshman year to have a lot of supportive people. My freshman year, I had a cousin here that played, and she kept my head on right. And ever since then, I've had Hallies, Callies, all those girls who are just there by my side, keeping my head on right, because sometimes I can get a little jittery. And Petrick saw it tonight. He pulled me out right away, told me to take a couple breaths, and I was able to get into the motion. So a lot of the people here know what I need to be a successful player, so I've been very fortunate to be able to get here with them.
Well, congratulations on your 1,000 points. Good luck the rest of the year. Back to you, Nick.
Fantastic work. What a well-spoken young lady, too, by the way. My goodness. Job well done. 1,000 career points for Brooklyn Felkley, the all-state selection, the all-WDA player. 1,000 points is right for 34 here tonight. The win for the Sabres, 68-41. We'll have the final numbers when we come back to Legacy High School Gymnasium.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Name it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finland Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Well, the Legacy Sabres improved to a 4-0 mark in girls high school basketball. They moved to 1-0 in the conference. Minot North drops to 0-3. Welcome into our Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team can help you every step of the way. At Shots Crossroads, home of the famous number 99. Telling you, if you haven't tried the banana cream pie there, you are missing out, my friend. Shots Crossroads, you can order online. ShotsCrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. Nick Holbert, Cole Higland on the call here tonight. Legacy, the number 5 ranked team in the state, maybe flexed a little muscle here tonight against the Minot North team, but I think you said it best in the conversation on the floor with Jim Petrick that they deserve a lot of credit, and that team might be a little dangerous down the stretch.
Well, I think it's just they can score in so many different ways. They had 8 girls in the scoring column here tonight. I think for them, obviously, you know, it's Falcon and Falkley for the girls, but I think there's the Welk. There's Saylor, who was injured, didn't even play tonight, who's their leading 3-point percentage shooter. So overall, they just got a nice team effort. They move the ball well. They share it. And I think you saw the celebration when Falkley hit her 1,000-point, where the entire team felt like they scored 1,000 points. You don't see that very often. You sometimes see that jealousy kind of come into play, and that's a great atmosphere and a culture that, you know, they've created here, where everybody was excited for her, which just shows the integrity of what that young lady has for her.
I love the interview, by the way. I thought that was well done down there on your part. And also, how about Brooklyn Falkley? That's a young lady that we've watched mature over the last 4 years.
I remember watching her freshman year, and I interviewed her, and she was so scared to talk, and now I hear her talk as a senior with confidence and just like she knows she's good. And that's what you want in a Division I athlete, and that's what you want here leading Legacy and being the leader of that team, is knowing that she can carry this team when she has to, but she also is very caring and forgiving to her teammates, and knowing that she can share the ball and make them successful too.
Congratulations, Brooklyn Falkley, our MVP of the game. The MVP brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. I have the app. Sign it online at sportclips.com. Final game numbers presented by Ryan Family Dealerships, starting with the Sentinels from Minot North. They were led by Ashley Williamson. 17-point effort for the young lady, the senior for Minot North, the only senior in the lineup. She was good tonight. She had 3 threes in the ball game. 8 for Laskowski, 2 in the ball game for Avon Kelly, 5 for Wellstead, 3 for Katie Nelson, 3 for Addison Clark, and 1 for Grayson Roram. For the Legacy Sabres, 1,000-point night tonight for Brooklyn Falkley. She had 17. However, she didn't have the game high. That was Marley Falcon. Falcon had 4 3-pointers, 18 points for her in the ball game. 4 for Holler, 2 for Gracie Watson, 4 for Abby Bruman, 9 for Ava Lucas, 2 for Selensky, and 8 for Whitney Welk. Final order of business. Our move of the game brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. Magic City Home Leisure, located in the Magic City. 5 out of 5 star rating on Google with over 200 reviews. You know they're doing something right. It's Magic City Home Leisure. They've got saunas and spas, hot tubs, pool tables. Spas and hot tubs, same thing, of course. Pool tables, shuffleboard, you name it. They've got it there right in time for Christmas. Magic City Home Leisure move of the game. Which one did we pick here tonight? Well, there was plenty to choose from. Here's your move of the game in the ball game here tonight. 1,000 points. For the young lady in the middle of your screen, Brooklyn Felkley. Pretty easy selection when you get a girl that gets 1,000. Only the third time in program history here at Legacy High School.
And I like what Coach Petrick did. He called a timeout, ran a special play for her, just get it over with. You could just see how ecstatic she was to finally be done with it. And you heard her in the post-view interview that her and her parents knew that she was close. And so get that monkey off your back, and now you can just play basketball the rest of the year.
Move of the game brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. Well, when we come back, we're going to have our pregame show brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Minot North, Legacy, and boys high school hoops for the first time ever. Buckle up tight. Could be a good one tonight here at Legacy High School Gymnasium. The girls from Legacy take down Minot North 68-41. Time for the boys game now on the PSP Network.
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 second, 1 second. Doppler rises, right wing, 3, bingo! Oh! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Oh! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, It's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can...
Is going to cut free. He's over the 30. Gets the puck. Here comes Freak. He fires. He scores. Same play. Conklin with the slam on his hand. Well, Christmas is coming early for you fans of WDA Hoops. Busy night tonight on the PSP Network. Time for our nightcap here at Legacy High School, where the Sabres at 3-0 take on the Minot North Sentinels at 1-1. Welcome back into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's a 15-minute drive-through oil change. You can't beat it. It's quick. It's convenient. They do a fantastic job at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Let's hop right into this one. Nick Holberg alongside of Cole Higlin on the call here tonight as we get set and ready for this showdown between the Sabres and the Minot North Sentinels. We talked about it in the pregame of the girls showdown here tonight, Cole, that we haven't seen Minot North before. We don't know what to expect. However, we know that there's some players that played for Minot High last year and some guys that certainly have the ability. We know what Legacy brings to the table, and we know that Legacy is going to be one of those teams that's going to be clawing to get back to the state tournament this year.
Yeah, and I think for Minot North is they're just going to set the tone here tonight about what they are and what they're going to be. You know, we don't know their identity. We know they have some scorers. Minot in general just has a great opportunity for basketball players that come out of that city, whether it's Bishop or Minot High, as we've been used to, and now we got a third school in here and giving kids an opportunity that may not have had the opportunity like they did at Minot High. But going back into Legacy, as we know, they got the two-headed monster and Rubidoux and Falcon, which you got to know where they're at all times. But as they continue to grow and develop, they're finding these second and third options out there, and I think that's going to be crucial here for Legacy to be successful the rest of this year.
Why do we talk about the young man by the name of Parker Falcon? Well, how about these numbers? 19.7 points per game, 5 3-pointers on the year, 33 rebounds for the young man. He can slam dunk the basketball, but he's really that floor general from time to time and one of the top performers in the state of North Dakota.
Yeah, and he's signed to go to Minot State to play basketball, which attributes to his athleticism, his ability to shoot the ball. What I've noticed this year is he started to go in the paint a little bit more, kind of getting that post feed, getting a mid-range jump shot, not just being solely responsible on that three-point shot. Again, he's deadly from there, as we know, but the thing I'm impressed with, he's leading the WDA in rebound. He's averaging 11 rebounds a game, which means he's getting inside, getting a little more physical. And looking at him just from up here, he's got a little more shoulders on him. He spent some time in the weight room a little bit, getting stronger, and just kind of taking on that leadership role this year.
On the other side, we'll highlight a kid by the name of Opforth. And watch for this young man, number 21, Camden Opforth. Numbers maybe aren't as impressive as Falcons coming into the showdown with 10.5 points per game. He's hit 5 threes of his own. He's had 1 steal on the season, but Guys like this can be real key players. The 6'1" junior is going to log some minutes big time tonight for Minot North.
Well, they come in with nobody really knowing what to expect from them. Yeah, they get a little bit of scouting report. They know who the scorers are, but they don't know their tendencies. They don't know what they're trying to do on the offensive end, so it's new to everybody. And that's what's kind of great about the WDA here is you can, every night in, night out, you have an opportunity to knock somebody off. And so you just see the ability from that girls game where they played hard, they worked hard, they didn't hang their heads, and you're going to see the same thing here tonight as these guys want to battle.
Taking a look at the top producers inside of the WDA right now. Who are the young men that are dominating the conference? Well, Thomas Newman from Jamestown, 35.5 points per game in the 3 that he's played. That's pretty impressive. Andre Austin, 23.5 for the Demons. Peyton Shell from Minot High, 22.5. Boston Cranston, 22 a game. And Christian Benning, 21 from St. Mary's. That's a pretty stout group right there. What would be a pretty dynamic starting 5.
Well, and then we left out Parker Falcon, who's right there behind them in 7th place in scoring in WDA. So WDA's got some scores this year, but I watched that Bismarck High, West Fargo Cheyenne. Bismarck High put 70 on him in that first half. Just shows their ability of scoring right now. So he's averaging 23, and I bet he's got about 3 other teammates that are right behind him.
Demons take on the Mandan Braves tonight. That game on the PSP network. How about the young men that are lighting it up from behind the arc for 3? The numbers inside the WDA, the top 3-point shooters. Nisley's got 13 threes in 3 ball games. The young man from Century lighting it up from Moneyball range.
Kind of taken after his younger sister, or older sister, excuse me, who's at the University of Nebraska. And I got a small, so Abby Berman, who played in the game for Legacy, is from Glendive. Garrett Nestley's from Glendive. I'm from Glendive. Aldinger's from Glendive, who plays for Century. So it's like a Eastern Montana showcase out here in Bismarck Mandan.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the best come west, it seems. East,
we
they
gotta
go
come,
east.
We got to come east to shop. Not a lot of shopping in Glendive.
That's what it is. There's your top producers of the WDA for 3. We'll see Barry Hill here in this ball game tonight. He's got 7 threes in the 3 games that he's played on the season. Standings brought to you by Shields. Shields of Minot and Bismarck. They look like this. Mandan's 2-0. Dickinson's 2-0. Legacy's gone 3-0. Bismarck 2-0. Century 3-0. Minot High's 2-0. The other teams that have wins on the year, Minot North's got one of them. Williston 1-2. Jamestown 0-2 on the season. It's a gauntlet. It's going to be a tough task to get through the WDA, no question about that. Media poll in our state of North Dakota. Well, we'll take a look at that at halftime here tonight. First, our keys to the game. They're brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. For Minot North, they need to contain the guns. And for Legacy, Killer Instinct. Basically, Legacy's got the chance. It seems like a lot of nights are traditionally to maybe finish, and they just haven't. And tonight they've got the opportunity to do that when they open up in conference play. Minot North is going to need to try to contain those guys that do have that killer instinct, and Rubidoux and Falcon.
Yeah, you look out there in the height, you got to give the height advantage, obviously, to Legacy. So that means Minot North's going to probably push the tempo a little bit here, pressure them a little bit, get them up, speed them up a little bit, get them uncomfortable.
Put a cap on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We are complete with that, and it's time for basketball. North is in Navy. Legacy's in white. Offensive board off the hop here for Minot North, but it's Legacy that's got the ball back down. They go to Parker Falcon, who works on the near side. Round the horn, they go with it. Back over here, Barry Hill handling. This is Micaiah Berryhill that got it back to Falcon inside. Into the hands of Jonathan Rubidoux, the 6'8" junior forward and center. That's a big boy inside.
Well, yeah, and you got Traden Bachmeyer's 6'4", probably pushing about 250 also. Just got caught on the wrong side. You either got to decide to, if you're late, stay behind the play. If you're going to get there, you got to go early.
Pull up jump shot. Brody Weigel's got the first points of the ball game.
And that's one thing you'll see from Horner's teams. They always have set plays where they're trying to get a quick shot. They want to score as many as they can out of bounds plays, not rely on the offense, kind of take those opportunities when they present themselves. Weigel
averaging 8 per night. He's got the first 2 of the contest. Down to the baseline for Minot North. Scrumming for, blocked on the play was Trayton Bachmeyer, the 6'4" junior forward and center. He'll go to the Serve Pro free throw line for the first opportunity from the freebie stripe here tonight. Serve Pro 24/7 emergency service with trained technicians and advanced technology. It's Serve Pro. Bachmeyer's first rolls off the front of the rim and out. Averaging 9 per game as Traden Bachmeyer. He gets one of them right there. Second one is good. Minot North back within one. Legacy up 2-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Well, we talk about that killer instinct for Legacy. Is that a fair statement, Cole? Do you think that in the past it's just been a Legacy team that's been right there? Jason Horner's group, just the ability to maybe step on some teams when they've had the chance and just not really finishing all the way?
And I think that's just a tribute to the kids, is that they got to get that killer instinct like we mentioned in pregame, is they just got to learn how to win, but they got to start blowing teams out. I mean, they compete, but the style of ball that Coach Horner does is he definitely controls the shot clock. He's not going to let this game get in the 80s, 90s. He wants to keep it in that 60s, 70s. He wants to limit the possessions to the other team, and he wants to control the rebounds.
Rubidoux inside on the feed. First two of the ball game for the kid that averages 18 per night.
Yeah, just a nice high-low action there. But, you know, Rubidoux gets the points there. But the key there was that pass where he threw it high where the defense couldn't get to it. No help side could get to it. Had enough speed on it to get a nice finish.
To the rack, Helm dished it off to Braden Blickery, the quarterback for the Sentinels on the gridiron. He missed on the play. Couple minutes into the showdown. Legacy with possession. Berryhill, one-hander, put it up, side of the rim, no good. Rebounded down, and away with it comes Caden Helm. Over on the far side, Caden Flavin kicks it back up top. From the elbow, jump shot, bouncing, no good. Rebound pulled away by the Sabres. Out with it comes Easton Bergrud, excuse me. Legacy slows it down to Rubidoux. Up top now to Falcon. Wanted state commit, dribble drive, move, put it up off the rim, no.
Yeah, he hadn't got a shot here lately, so he kind of got a little aggressive there. Nice move to the paint.
Three-land, count it, downtown. Braden Blickery bangs for three.
You know, great opportunity there to kind of take a charge. Just a little late getting there after he hit that three. Blickery. Again, Minot North just kind of hanging in there. Legacy's got to decide with Minot, like, are you going to push the tempo a little bit here? Are you going to continue to slow ball, bring it up, let the shot clock kind of get rammed? I think they have the athleticism, Legacy, to probably push the tempo a little bit here. But again, as we mentioned, Coach Horner likes to control that shot clock, limit possessions for the other team, which means obviously running the shot clock, getting high percentage shots.
Berryhill checked out. In came Jack Juleson. Berryhill being attended to by the Sanford Sports Medicine team over here on the end wall of the Legacy High School gym. Hopefully he's going to be okay in this ball game. Hate to see that anytime, especially the first conference game of the year. Worked inside. Rubidoux, shot clock down to 4. Minot North's got it here. Blickery up top. Flavin between the legs. Flavin now. Surveying, kicks it upstairs here to Bachmeyer. Bachmeyer works it back over now to Carter. On the drive into the paint with the left hand, too strong. Rebound pulled down here by Legacy. And the Sabres will run it back across the court. Falcon has the move. Now Falcon up off the window. Parker Falcon showing why he's one of the tops in the state.
Yeah, did a nice job not settling for that three-pointer. He was wide open, had an opportunity to let her fly and put it on the floor, get those easy buckets, get that confidence rolling early.
6-4. Sabres on top. Who touched it last? They're going to say Legacy did. Another look at that last play from Parker Falcon. What is it about this kid that you like so much?
Well, one is his length. Obviously his shooting ability is what everybody knows, but he has the ability to put it on the floor and he can finish in traffic. He's 6'6", long arms, going to fill out. I think you always look at what they're good today, but you want to know in college what they're going to be like in 3-4 years, and he has shoulders that he's been able to fill out and get stronger.
Minot State's got a good one coming their way. Three-land. Bingo! Flavin from downtown.
Minot North's got a lot of shooters out there, and they're just getting open in those out-of-bounds plays, but they're setting this teams up. Legacy's pushing Minot North above that three-point line, and it's just giving them opportunities to get backdoor cuts, which then means you got to help, and they're doing a nice job finding that open shooter.
Rubidoux inside. Man-to-man. Puts it up off the window as he backed his way down the hill. He's got 4 in the ball game.
And that 6'8" junior just uses his length, weight, strength, and just kind of buries his defensive player on his backside. Just can't get around him.
I would have to think the expectation tonight for Jason Horner in his 11th year, the head coach of the Legacy Sabres, is that they're going to win this ball game, or at least that would be the assumption from everybody. However, if Minot North comes out of here with a win tonight, off the window and in there for Bachmeyer, by the way, he's got 3. That would kind of shock the WDA, wouldn't it, in your mind?
I think it'd shock them a little bit here, but again, it's so early in the season. They're ranked 10th in the WDA, Minot North is, and I think they're just underachieved as far as no one really knew what to expect and how quickly they would develop and fit into this type of WDA atmosphere. And as what I'm seeing right now, they are a dangerous team, and I'd be look out for.
Flavin, Hopworth, Helm, Sessing. I mean, there's plenty that played for Minot High School last year. Up off the window, Bachmeyer puts it off the glass and in. Minot North's got an 11-8 lead and a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
First International Bank and Trust is a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and our customers. Founded in 1910, growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find out more at FIBT.com. Minot North out of the gate tonight like a prize fighter. They lead 11-8 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Well, and Coach Hunter called a timeout there with frustration, kind of reset his team, kind of get them organized, get the mindset back, and then first play out of that timeout, they turn it over, and luckily Minot North didn't contribute and finish on that play there, but they got lucky, and I think Horner's just, the expectations are is take control of the ball, finish in paint, rotate on defense, and those are just little things that happen here early in the year.
Drew Hischlin, the head coach of Minot North, has to be satisfied with the start to this ball game here tonight. Hischlin, by the way, Grand Forks Central grad back in 2003. Went on to play at Minot State University for the Beavers. He also ran track all-state for Grand Forks Central in football, basketball, and track. One of those three-sport guys at the helm of the first ever varsity program for Minot North. The Sentinels are up by 4 from the charity stripe, converting the first from the line is Tyrone West. I'm sorry, that's 11 instead. Braden Blickery, I do apologize. 0 for 2 for Blickery from the line.
Well, Minot North's just kind of playing with a little bit of, like they've been here for quite a while with their senior leadership, and like it's just, there's not a lot of seniors on the team, but unfortunately they're playing like they are very seasoned veterans, which goes back to the Minot history and the tradition of having great basketball programs, and you know the summer basketball the opportunities that they're playing through AAU, getting out there and playing, and you're kind of seeing it carry over here, and they look like they've been playing together for many years.
If you haven't already done so, make sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube, like and follow us on social media platforms. All the social media platforms. Deep three on its way. That would have been a big one. Off the mark. Rebound. Ball's on the ground. So it was a handful of Sentinels and a handful of Sabres. Jump basketball.
Well, you like to see that many people on the floor getting after a loose ball and helping their teammates out. Worst thing you can see as a coach when you got 4 guys standing around watching and 1 guy's getting the floor burn. You like to see all 3, 4 of those guys opportunity near the ball to get on that ground. And Minot North just a little quicker here right now to the basketball.
We saw Drew Hischlin on the screen. You go back to that statement that you made just a moment ago, Cole, about the bond that is with some of these players and how they look like they've been here for years. Doesn't look like a new out-of-the-gate varsity program. They took their lumps in the JV ranks and building their way up. You get those Minot High guys that come over and had some big-time minutes for Minot High School last year. It's got to be quite a sigh of relief for the head coach, Drew Hischlin, knowing that they're going to be competitive here in this campaign.
Yeah, they're playing fearless. I mean, they're just not afraid of Bismarck Legacy, and who's ranked 4 in WDA, and now we get a quick foul here, but they're playing with sort of a mindset that we can compete and we're going to prove everybody wrong here, and we got the ability to score, and they are scoring right now. It's amazing that Legacy hasn't adjusted on the defensive end. They keep giving up basket cuts, they keep giving up penetrations. They've got to figure out a way to either switch on screens, trap the ball. Something's got to change here on that penetration.
Saw that media poll inside of AA basketball. The new one comes out tomorrow, by the way. Berryhill back in for three. Swoosh!
I guess he's okay after that little injury with the PT therapy, because he went out limping a little bit and took a knee to the thigh, it looked like, and come back and hit that quick three.
First three of the contest for him. Response on the other side, no good. Taken back here by the Sentinels. It worked. It was worked away by Jazz underneath, off the window. Bucket will not count as it went up and in for Camden Onforth.
Yeah, we have two officials at two different calls, and they had an offensive foul on one end and in the paint on the second on the baseline. So usually primary, where the guy came from, will have to overrule the call.
Foul's going to be on Legacy, and Jason Horner's not going to like that very much.
Yeah, it's I thought his players were set outside the arc, and he came from outside the three-point line, which the far official on your screen would have primary. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong.
Ball sent in. Sentinels with possession and a 1-point lead. Flavin sends it back out, trying to put it back into the hands of Camden Onforth on a play it went. Legacy will get the ball back.
Yeah, Legacy's got to do a better job of stopping dribble penetration. They're just running at people on the defensive end, not in a good defensive stance. They're leaving their feet, and Minot North is doing a great job at head faking, getting on the ground. And then when that happens, you have to have somebody come over and help, which then gives an extra pass, and you get wide open shots.
Big 6'8" Rubidoux got it off here to Falcon. Bergrup back over to Berryhill. Wanted to pull the trigger. He's got the most recent three. Rubidoux back inside, puts it up, fouled on the play.
That was just great patience by Rubidoux there, where he kind of gave that sudden head fake. The defensive went up. He waited for him to come down before he went up, and just had the strength and the power to get it off and get 2 free throws.
50% from the stripe on the year for the big man, Rubidoux. Trying to tie the ball game on the BNC National Bank scoreboard at 12. He does.
Oh, and he's kind of learned to kind of understand his role this year as a junior, where last year obviously he was kind of a young athlete kind of trying to figure out his role in that team, and now this year he's a junior, as you just saw there at the free throw line, telling his teammates what's going to happen in the defensive set. He's just got that ability to find a way to score inside, but what now you're starting to see is he's stepped out a little bit and started knocking down threes and kind of stretching the defense, kind of mixing up his scoring opportunities.
Yeah, when you got a guy that's 6'8" that can bury from anywhere, changes the dynamic of the offensive set a bit, doesn't it? Worked around the horn. 3 attempt, other side, too deep. Pulled down here. Legacy has possession now with Brody Weigel. 6'1" junior got it off to Parker Falcon. Owen Patterson, Chuck Claremont have Bismarck High Mandan tonight on the PSP Network. Owen has the slam dunk over-under of this ball game, at least seeing one at 0.5 here tonight, he said. Trying to go back to Rubidoux from Weigel, taken away there by the Sentinels. Bachmeyer delivers it off here, comes away down to Helm. Deep three on its way. Too much steam on it. Falcon pulls it down, and it comes back away to Weigel, who goes to Falcon. They play catch with it, now across the timeline.
Now Legacy now has finally taken the lead in the last 3 possessions. They've had 1 shot, 1 rebound. Kind of controlling those boards now, giving those second chance opportunities.
On that note, what do you think the over-under is that Bismarck High and Mandan cross 160 total points tonight?
Well, I'm taking the over, because I think that's they're going to get after it. If they both like to press, they're going to want to pick up each other full court. They aren't going to want to get in a half-court offense. Neither one of them have great length, but they have the ability to score. All 5 players on both teams have the ability to score both inside and out.
Shots off the mark. Update from across town, 5-5. Bismarck and Mandan tied early on in the first half of basketball. Falcon surveying, pulls up for 3. Foul on the play.
Yeah, that's just a frustration when you force a guy fading away about 2 feet behind that 3-point line, and then you foul him. Now he's got 3 shots at the free throw line to kind of get his scoring up to Rooney. And Falcon's been held in check here so far. He's only got 2 points in the game, and the last thing you need to do is get him to the free throw line, getting 3 easy buckets.
Confidence for a kid like this goes a mile. There's a Planet Pizza live look in, by the way. Planet Pizza open for their lunch buffet tomorrow from 11 to 2. It's Planet Pizza, proudly serving the Magic City for over 25 years. By the way, Falcon shoots 85% from the free throw line, a number that he's probably got to be pretty satisfied with, wouldn't you think?
Well, 85%, and then you're fouling him when he's 3 feet behind the three-point line. You can't afford to do that, and those are some of those mental mistakes that we just got to overcome. And come second half of this game, we got to be able to understand that if we're going to shoot a fadeaway 3 from 2 feet behind the three-point line, I'll live with that opportunity, make or miss.
Falcon trying to go 3 for 3 from the Serve Pro free throw stripe. And he will. He didn't even hit the rim. The 6'5" senior has 5 now in the ballgame. Doesn't lead all scorers. That's Robidoux. He's got 6 in the contest. 16-12 the lead for Legacy. Nice fake there as it was taken towards the rack. Off the mark, however. Sabres with possession. Weigel up top. Back to Falcon. Robidoux inside. Scrumming for the basketball, touch the end line. Minot North gets the ball back.
Yeah, Falcon had a great, got to get a better angle, and that's what Coach Horner's talking about, a shot fake, take a side dribble. Robidoux had him held off, give him a target to throw it to. Don't throw it to the defensive side, throw it up high where no one else can get it.
Little trivia for you tonight. Besides you, Barry, United Tribes Technical College, can you name the other place that Jason Horner's coached?
Mandan, Napoleon.
Easy ones for you. The Mandan one, I should have said Mandan. That was a given. He won a state title there with the Braves.
I think it was 2009.
Back in 9. Yeah, I don't need to test you on anything. Barry Hill from downtown. Second 3 for Barry Hill. The Napoleon one was the one that I thought I might stump you on. However, you probably played him when you were at Standing Rock, maybe.
Well, no, but I actually played amateur ball with Jason for about 10 years, and then he made a career change when he was NISC and then went back to teaching and coaching.
Timeout on the floor. Quick run here for the Legacy Sabres. Well, we've got just a quick moment. Let's look back at that media poll. Legacy's got a sniff on it inside the boys' world. Minot North not on the radar inside of the media's perspective just yet. Minot number 1, Bismarck number 2. They play Friday night. Tony Mueller and I will have the call of that game from the Magic City at Magic City Campus Gymnasium. Davies ranked number 3 with Mason Clavo. Century ranked 4, Mandan ranked 5, so it's 2 and 5 tonight to cross town. Girls action, we saw number 5 Legacy take down Minot North earlier on here this evening. If you're just joining us, Brooklyn Felkley scored her 1,000th career point tonight on her way to being named the MVP of the showdown earlier on here this evening. Congratulations to her. Legacy girls improved to 4-0 on the year now and 1-0 inside of the WDA. 7-point lead for the Sabres. These crucial points in your mind, the next ones for either side here?
Well, yeah, North took that timeout there to kind of reset themselves, kind of run a set play here. We got to get a bucket. We got it to 7. We don't want to get it to 9 here in the next possession when we turn it over. So really just slowing them down, taking the opportunities when they present themselves. But you can see Legacy's kind of stepped up their defensive pressure.
Sessing to Bachmeyer off the mark. Sessing scrumming for the ball. It's on the ground. Sessing comes away with a timeout taken here by Drew Hischland.
Yeah, and that's just kind of control the extra possession.
First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court. Sabres by 7 with under 7 to play here in the first half.
The right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
7-point lead for Legacy. Minot North trying to stop the run as they go back inside. Up off the window. That helps the cause as Strayton Bachmeyer puts it in for his 7th point to the ballgame.
Yeah, just nice out of bounds play there. Used his patience, kind of bumped the defender a little bit, created some space.
Weigel drops it off. Robidoux up top with it. Back over to Weigel. Open for 3 land. You betcha.
Yeah, that was a nice skip play there where Brody Weigel just had his feet set. Defense didn't close out. Got to get your hands up on those shots.
5 of the contest now for Weigel. Inside, little hook shot. That one off the mark there from Carter. Comes down to Falcon. And Falcon rips it on out of there and drops it back off to Weigel, who carries it back across the floor. Weigel with the open lane. Got it to Rubidoux. The big man from downtown. No. Taken back the other way by Tamari Carter. Spin move. Carter drops it off. Nice feed inside. Oh, that one from Bachmeier off the mark.
Yeah, Bachmeier frustrated on that one. Needed to get that one back. Great pass in that transition.
Weigel on the drive. Back-to-back buckets for Weigel.
He's kind of like Welk we were talking about in the girls game. Just that glue guy that does the little dirty things, gets those easy buckets, defensively pressures, pushes when the opportunity's there. It takes the open shots, doesn't force anything.
Bachmeier, the big man, kicks it back up top here to Carter. Carter back to Bachmeier. Inside. Little bunny shot is up and in. Count the bucket there for Bachmeier. He's having himself a first half.
Yeah, and he missed that bunny earlier. It's nice to see him kind of finish that mid-range jump shot. And I think that's the key here right now is they aren't stopping Bachmeier, and he's got to be able to just continue to push.
Rubidoux waits, stops, pops, scores.
Well, I think the key there with Rubidoux is he's now putting it on the floor. He's getting to that high post, shot fake, gets a man off his feet, gets it on the floor, goes right, even though he's left-handed, has the ability to kind of go two directions.
It's going to be a reach and foul coming here on Rubidoux. Another look at the last play from Rubidoux on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. DriveRyan.com. Browse for massive inventory at Ryan Family Dealerships. Second on Rubidoux.
Yeah, he's kind of been the focal point on the offensive end here for Legacy, so interesting to see how we finish this next 4.5 minutes, not having that post presence.
You talk about the big man at 6'8". He's got pretty good foot speed and agility for the size, doesn't he?
He does, and he's learned to put it on the floor a little bit here. And, you know, he's obviously hit 9 threes so far this year, so he's able to step out, worked on his perimeter jump shot.
Minot North will get the ball back. Carter will dump it in from underneath the Minot North bucket, trailing by 10 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Carter to the elbow, spins it back up top. Sessick, far side, open, three-land, Opworth off the rim.
Didn't quite have the ball in his hand there yet, trying to get it out before the defense closed out on him. Like to see that shot fake.
Scrum for the basketball, working on it. Jack Gannett went after the basketball and ends up being touched by him last. Legacy will get the ball back. Weigel saying, hey, I was mauled.
Yeah, Coach Horner's letting the officials know. Call it both ways. You're letting physicality happen on one end, and then on the other end you're calling it. And you know, if you're going to let it go, that's fine. But when it's one-on-one out there, dislodging the ball, you always got to work the refs a little bit though too. Sometimes they just got to be seen, be heard, and one ear out the other ear and game on.
I was going to just say that's so funny you said that. Be seen, be heard, be you. It's Minot State's motto. That's where Jason Horner went to play college ball along with Dean Winchesky, and both those gentlemen are heard from time to time.
Yep, they like to chirp a little bit, which again, it's all part of the game. It's all in good sportsmanship. They know that's not personal, and they're trying to motivate their team, and sometimes getting on the officials allows the fans to get involved, allows the players to know you support them.
Right to the rack. Weigel just missed. Well, Darren Mattern went to the University of Mary. They must have taught that class there as well. That little jump shot up and in. Gunnar Jost has his first 2 points of the ball game.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Horner, Mattern, myself, Domries, all of us played amateur ball together, and we played against Chuck. In Claremont, he never fouled. I'm going to tell you that. He'll even tell you that.
I can only imagine. I called it as Jost on the last one. Who was it for Minot North that had the bucket? That was incorrect when I said Jost, I believe.
Give me a second. I think I had.
Back underneath the rack. It's going to be. Caden Helm was the one that had it.
Yep.
Thank you. That would make sense. 2 instead of 22. 26-18. Nothing but respect, of course, for Horner, Winchesky, Mattern. All those guys know that I'm only having fun, of course. You got to have that on the bench, though, Cole. You talk about that. You talked about it in the girls' game a little bit with Bubba Lauf, the head coach of Minot North, being animated for his girls in that group of the ball game. Kind of just brings the element of intensity and kind of gets you into the game when the coach is into it.
Well, and I like the ability of how competitive they are.
Right to the rack, up off the window and in. Count the bucket and the foul. That's Cameron Jazz with his first 2 points of the ball game, and he'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Another look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Well, Berryhill was there inside the arc.
And he picked up his second foul, and he's been injured a little bit. Got injured early in that first half, kind of came back in, hit a big three, and now got his second foul and has to sit here for a little bit.
Old-fashioned three-point play is good. Up top here for the Sabres, that's Shepard. Through the legs here for Braxton Ruff. Back to Shepard. Shepard into the paint. Spins it back up top for Falcon. Down to Bergerud. Shot clock's down to 7 for Falcon. Up top, three-land. Ruff. Nothing but net.
Comes in the game averaging 2.5 points a game. Hits his first three. Has been sitting majority of the game and knocks down a huge three there to open it back up to 8.
4 3-pointers for the Sabres in the ball game. Little step back jump shot for 2. Count it there for Caden Helm.
Caden Helm's kind of got that slow old man amateur basketball where he kind of herky-jerky with the ball and just kind of takes a quick step and then a slow step and kind of gets you off balance.
Over to Falcon. Pass there from Braxton Ruff. Falcon lost it. Minot North's got the ball back. Trailing by 6 here with 1:57 to play in our first half.
And Legacy's had 2 turnovers here now in the last 3 possessions, and they had a 9-point lead, now cut it to 6. And again, that's where Coach Horner really stresses ball control, minimizing the mistakes, especially when they're not forced.
Back-to-back state appearances for the Legacy Sabres. They went in 23 and 24. Never won a state title or a WDA crown. 5th of the WDA in 22-23. Last year, Legacy put together a record of 12 and 15. Took 6th place in the regular season when it was all said and done. That's the beauty of the WDA, and we talk about that so often as it's touched and knocked on a play. You got a 6th place team going into the tournament, and there's no guarantee that even if you win the WDA regular season that you're even going to get through the gauntlet that is that 3-day affair at the Bismarck Event Center.
No, and I think that just attributes to the strength of WDA and the abilities of those 5, 6, 7 teams. You know, maybe it's an injury, maybe it's a bad weekend of shooting, but you come down to it, the games matter at all times. When you get in that WDA, it's you win, you're in, and that's kind of a crucial. That's what's fun about it.
Ball's worked around here by North. Caden Helm with it. Dishes it far side. Flavin open three-land off the front of the rim. Rebound for the Sentinels, but there's going to be foul called from the baseline judge. It's going to be on Legacy here.
Jack Julison kind of a clear out there, didn't let the defender, excuse me, the offensive player come down with the ball.
Seven fouls on Legacy, so Minot North will go to the charity stripe.
Seems like a quick first half. We're just starting to get in that bonus, but
off the front of the rim. Just off the mark there for Camden Opforth. Held off the score sheet so far in the ball game tonight. Weigel dished off here to Westgard. Over to Parker Falcon. 40 seconds to play, first half. Into the lane, waiting, putting it up. Ball, shot block, getting his own. Rebound back. It was Julson that put it up and in.
Yeah, just stayed with it, missed his shot, got blocked, but didn't stop him, stayed with the play and finished.
Helm up top, over to Flavin. Now off fourth, back over far side, three-land. Just off the spot there for Cameron Jez, and it will be a foul here on Jack Cadet for Minot North. Legacy gets the ball with 17.1 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
And that's the frustrating one. You're 90 feet away from the hoop. There's 17 seconds left in the game. He's got it controlled. You have 2 people there with a trap. Don't bail him out and get him to the free throw line. Now they're scoring with the clock stop. You know, you got it to 8. But Minot North's had some really good looks here, and they just aren't knocking down those threes. And if they could find a way in the second half to start knocking some of those shots down, they're in this game.
From the charity stripe, Easton Bergerud, first points of the ball game according to my count for him.
Yep. He's kind of filled in for Rubidoux, who's gotten foul trouble. Got 2 early fouls here and midway through the first half. Kind of filled his role defending here and rebounding. Anytime you can get some points from your reserves and kind of come in there and create some opportunities in a role that probably you're not used to is just a great opportunity for Legacy, and Coach Horner's going to be happy with his output.
Cut him down, kids. We're at 9 seconds to play here in the first half. Weigel takes the basketball away. Down to 3, down to 2. Final shot to the first half. Has a chance. Off the mark. That one missing from Westgard. He wanted to foul on the play. He doesn't get it. 10-point lead at the break. Legacy on top of Minot North in the first ever matchup between these two programs. Magic Towing halftime report comes up next here on the PSP Network. We'll break it down. Take a look around the WDA when we come back to Legacy High School's gymnasium.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Magic City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. Put this number in your phone now. You'll be glad you did when the situation arises. 701-509-4011. It's Magic Towing. You'll get $50 off on a tow when you mention PSP Network when calling Magic Towing. Nick Holberg alongside of Mr. Cole Higland, the former University of Mary standout on the hard court. Cole, your thoughts on that first half of basketball? Teeter-totter affair, 10-point lead for Legacy. It's been a good one so far.
Well, I think Legacy's got to be happy with, as you mentioned, just a 10-point lead. But Minot North isn't just knocking down shots. They've had many good looks from that three-point line. As I think you mentioned earlier, 1 for 5 from that free throw line. It easily could be about a 1 or 2 point game here right now. And I think for Legacy at halftime, I'm assuming Coach Horner's going to talk about stopping penetration, quit getting beat back door. They're getting good looks and they're getting extra kickouts, and they're just fortunate that North isn't knocking them down. And then for North, I mean, they got Rubidoux in foul trouble. No one really's lighting the scoring column out here for Legacy. They got 7 players in the scoring column, but the one I think they got to get a bit, maybe I guess watch is that Brody Weigel's knocked down. He's got 7 points. He's kind of done a little bit of the defensive pressure and getting his points in transition and then finding everybody out there. So if I'm Minot North, I'm pretty happy with my defense. It's the offense I got to worry about here and kind of start knocking down some shots.
Yeah, when you're cold, you're cold. When you're hot, you're hot. Fair to say that neither team is shooting the lights out of the gym, as you mentioned. However, when you look at it on paper, 7 scores for Legacy, 6 for Minot North, as you mentioned. 4 threes compared to the 2 for Minot North. 1 for 5 for the charity stripe, 7 for 7 for Legacy from the line. Here's the individual numbers for Minot North. Caden Flavin's got 3, 4 for Blickery, 9 for Bachmeyer, 3 for Jazz, 2 for Alforth, and 2 for Caden Helm. Leading the charge in the ball game, Rubidoux has 8. 5 for Falcon, 6 for Berryhill, 2 for Bergerud, 2 for Juleson, 7 for Weigel, and 3 for Braxton Ruff. Those are the numbers at the half. Standings inside of the WDA coming into the showdown here tonight. And again, it's the opener inside the conference. These numbers brought to you by Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Every sporting good underneath the sun at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. They've got it all. I'm telling you, hunting and fishing gear, footwear and fashion, you name it, Shields has it. Find them at Minot and Bismarck or online, shields.com. Is there one major key on either side besides shooting better for Minot North in this second half that stands out to you?
I like what Minot North ran. They got a lot of ball movement. They got some nice sets where they were getting basket cuts and they were making the extra pass to the open person. Yeah, I think really they just got to start knocking down some shots, maybe get to the free throw line a little bit. I I mean, getting held to 23 points here at half is probably not where they wanted to be. As you can tell, they like to play an up-tempo game. So I think the key there is just kind of settle in a little bit, knock down those jump shots. And Legacy, as we mentioned, keep pumping into the paint a little bit. They have not been able to stop that, and got to stop that penetration on the defensive end.
Second half of basketball right around the corner here on the PSP Network. Again, busy night on the PSP Network, no doubt about that. Triple header tonight. Girls and boys hoops. Of course, we've got Bismarck High and Mandan playing here tonight. Let's see if we can get you a live look in. Brought to you by Planet Pizza. We can. That ball game's tight, 29-24. The score in favor of the Demons right now with 48 seconds left in the first half. Also have Ari Deemers at Berthold and girls Class B hoops inside of Region 3 tonight. Jonas Nelson along with Bryce Gutnick on the call from Berthold. Just west of the Magic City here this evening. This one's got Minot North trailing Legacy by 10. We're underway to start the second half. If you're just joining us, Minot North is in their navies. Legacy is in their whites. Weigel's got possession of the basketball. Weigel cuts over to the far side to Barry Hill. Brings it back to Weigel. Deep three way downtown off the front of the rim. Scrum for it. Guess who? Rubidu's got it. Puts it up off the glass. Oh, he was robbed on the play. And away with the basketball comes Bachmeyer. Delivers off here. Flavin running down. Putting it up off the window. Make that Caden Hellbrather up and in.
Yeah, that's a quick 4 for him. But that last play there with Rubidu, he's got 2 fouls. He missed that easy bunny and then went back for his follow-up, and it easily could have been his 3rd foul, so that would have been crucial.
Rubidu had too much muscle on that one. Was he fouled on the play, however?
Yeah, getting him to that free throw line, as we've talked earlier, sometimes when you struggle from the perimeter a little bit, getting that free throw line kind of takes the ice off the rim, makes it basket a little bit larger. But, you know, they're keen on Rubidu on that high-low, and so when that ball's in the air, he's got 2 or 3 people kind of flying at him, so he's got to just kind of be patient.
Up and in for Rubidu. He's now 3 for 3 from the charity stripe.
And just as a big man, you know, he's 6'8", junior. He has the ability to score inside, score out. Now he's putting on the floor, but he's knocking down free throws. And I think that's a key. When you're a big man, you are going to get fouled and be able to go to the free throw line and confidently knock them down.
Hopped off the paper to me in the game prep for this that he was shooting 50% from the free throw line coming into the ball game. He's a perfect 4 for 4 here in this contest. That will help that number rise as we're early in the campaign and game number 1 of the conference play. Step back, jump shots. Off the mark, that one just missed from Braden Blickery.
Yeah, that was kind of a quick shot fading away again. You want to be stepping into those 3-pointers, not dribbling backwards. Just kind of a tough shot, kind of bailed out Legacy there on that defensive end.
Falcon calling for it. Now he's on the dribble drive, stops and pops. Little runner off the mark, taken down here by Flavin. And Flavin will bring it across the timeline. Flavin back up top, 3-pointer. It drops in. Blickery from downtown.
And I mentioned earlier, the last one he attempted, he was kind of fading back. This time he was stepping into his shot, had his rhythm, got his legs underneath him, and knocked it down. He got a quick 7 in the game.
Falcon, 3-land. Swoosh.
I'd like to see Falcon kind of take that senior leadership role here a little bit and kind of take over control, kind of get that shot going and be a little more aggressive. You think he's kind of settled a little bit here, kind of making sure that his teammates are getting involved. He needs to kind of be a little more aggressive on offensive end.
3 attempt for Flavin on the other side. Filling it up, Flavin from downtown.
And that's his second 3. We've had 3 3-pointers in a row. Obviously, they got that little rest and got their legs back underneath of them, kind of got some shots starting to fall, as we mentioned. That was one of the keys here for the second half.
Rubidu backs his way in. Nice defensive job there from Bachmeyer. He's got the duties of guarding Rubidu. Made the stop, and now North's got possession. Around the horn, it's taken by Barry Hill, and then reaching in on the play was Flavin.
Yeah, that was a good foul by Flavin. He had a breakaway layup there, and unfortunately he had Bachmeyer in the corner there wide open as they kind of got a miscommunication on the defensive end. Again, they got to clean that up. They're going to switch. They got to talk. If not, trap.
Update from Devils Lake in high school hockey. Minot High leading Devils Lake 3-1 in an East First West showdown tonight. Weigel ends up on the ground. There's going to be a foul charged here on Jacquinette.
Looked like he tripped over his foot a little bit. Must have stepped on Jacquinette's foot and kind of created a quick foul there. Looked like he had a little bit of an ankle problem. Hopefully he's all right.
Weigel with the basketball. Off to the right side, back to Berryhill. Between the legs for Berryhill, thought about the three. Here's Robidoux. Weigel spins it down to the corner. Berryhill back up top. Worked inside with the basketball. Little hook shot. That one off the back of the rim for Easton Bergerud, but he's fouled on the play.
And they kind of put Robidoux to the top of the key now, pulled out his taller defender, Bachmeyer, away from the help side and kind of gave Bergerud the opportunity to go one-on-one on the post.
Serve Pro free throw line activity for Easton Bergerud. 2 for 2 from the stripe in the first half. Picks up where he left off here in the second. Bergerud, 3 total points in the ballgame. While we take a look at the top producers inside of the WDA, we saw this in our pregame show. How about Thomas Newman averaging 35.5 per night? Had to look to make sure that wasn't a typo. It's a lot of points. Andre Austin at 23, Shelf for Minot at 22.5. The Cranston kid and Dickinson's pretty good. So is Christian Benning at St. Mary's, all averaging over 21 points per game through the first 3 of the year.
It's just nice to see some scores out here. And I think everybody, is, from a fan standpoint, likes seeing the basketball go in the hoop and like to see high-scoring games. Sometimes we get in that second half of WDA where the ball starts to be a grind and we're running the clock down and controlling every possession. And it's just nice to see. That's where sometimes you hear about the East where they want to score 100 points, and out in the West we want to be in the 60s. But that ain't going to happen tonight with Bismarck High and Mandan.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
What was our over-under, 160?
160, yeah. I thought that number would be crushed. See if we can get an update for you folks in just a moment on Mandan, number 5 ranked team in the state of North Dakota against number 2 Bismarck High. That's boys hoops, 32-25 at the break. They might not get there tonight, Cole. Have to think the Jordan Wilhelm's group probably will unhook the plow at some point to that contest. They seem to always do that. Cracked the 100 mark already on the season. The ball's going to come out of play here on the near sideline. Falcon ran over to help Caden Flavin up.
And this is part of that early part of the season here where the coaches are trying to let these players kind of figure it out for themselves a little bit on how to get control, some composure, and slow it down and speed it up when you need to make those decisions. And you know, that's always the hard part as a coach, is you don't want to overcoach, but you don't want to undercoach at the same time. It's kind of like, you know, when micromanaging your employees. You got to let them fail a little bit, have some success, reward when it happens. But that's what happens here in these early part of the WDA games. They just got to learn that rhythm and that when the time is to go fast and when the time is to go slow.
Ball's going to be kept in play. North Scott possession of it comes away now to Carson Sessick. Sesson running down. He's going to be fouled on the play.
We had 4 turnovers in a row here right now, and both coaches are yelling to their teammates, relax, slow down, take care of the ball. And that's just, you know, it's youth, like we've talked about it. And you got to give credit to the defense on both teams here. Is the effort is tremendous, both on both ends, offensive and defensive. They're not backing down. Still a 9-point game. It was 10 at half, so Minot North is starting to chip away a little bit here if they can just take care of the ball.
Big 3 on its way. That was no good from Offord. I ask this question to all the coaches all the time. Well, we'll get back to it in just a moment. There's a timeout on the courts. Jason Horner calls the First International Bank and Trust timeout. Legacy by 9 with 13.5 to play here in the ballgame.
Great news. If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Tonight's ballgame on the PSP Network proudly brought to you by the UPS Store. UPS Store located On South Broadway in the Magic City for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store. Tonight's game also brought to you by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. More than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education. Berryhill carries the basketball. Minot North gets the ball back. The question I was going to ask you before the break, Cole, was so often you hear the question being asked about how much importance and stock do you put into early season games like this, first one of the regular season inside the WDA and conference play tonight. How much stock do you put into a matchup like this for both of these clubs here? I know every coach is going to tell you they just want to be playing their best basketball come March, but is there more to that?
Well, I think there is from the standpoint, obviously you want to compete, you want to win, all right? But that's the whole point of why playing the game is they keep score for a reason. But you want to see progression in your players. You want to see progression in your bench. You want to challenge your teammates just to see what opportunities they can get better at, where their strengths, their weaknesses are. You've been practicing against each other for 9 practices before the first regular season game, and now you're into your 3rd game, now the 4th game here for Legacy. So you're starting to learn your tendencies, trying to see what your strengths are. Who wants to compete? But you don't want to be in those mismatches in WDA where depending on who you play up, because every team matches up with different teams better, right? So maybe there's a team that likes to slow it down, you play better against that. Well, then you see in WDA, you don't want to be matched up with them in that 2nd round, for sure not the 1st round. You want to get that win in 1st round. The 2nd round, you never know who you're going to get matched up with. And you mentioned earlier how the 5, 6, 7 teams in WDA are so strong that you can get knocked off and not even go to state when you're in the top 4 ranked.
That tournament quickly becoming my favorite of all the tournaments that there are. And keep in mind, I'm a hockey guy, Cole. The WDA basketball, there's nothing like that. 22 games underneath the same roof. We'll have it for you again this year on the PSP Network. Jack Juleson, floater in the lane, puts it up and in.
Yeah, just nice splitting that zone defense there, kind of creating a double team, and got his head and shoulders by.
To the rack. That was Carson Sessing looking for his first points of the ball game.
And that's where Coach Horner doesn't like those deep penetrations from the top of the key. When you get from that far from the top of the key into that middle of the paint, someone should be rotating over to help cut that off. And you know, as your tendency as a player, you're like, is he a dribbler, or is he a penetrator, is he a shooter, what is it? And he's left-handed. And I think that's what Coach Horner's trying to explain. He's left-handed, and they have a tendency to always go left, cut it off, push him back to his weak hand, which would be his right hand.
Berryhill checks back out here for Legacy. Weigel making his way over to the bench as well, but not checking out of the ball game. Westgard was the one that was charged with the foul, by the way. Sessing gets his first points from the stripe here tonight. Weigel to Falcon. Almost stripped. Weigel's got it back. Down to the corner for Falcon. North does strip it.
And North's kind of getting that urgency, trying to pick up the pace in that half-court trap, kind of extending their defense a little bit. Legacy struggling with their penetration. I mean, Minot North's quickness and putting it on the floor, getting fouls or getting close to getting to that bonus, has now got our 5th foul. But they got to keep them out of the paint. They got to keep those skip passes. But Legacy, got to give them credit, even though it's really not probably the defensive effort that they want to give here tonight, but they were cut it to 8. Now it's back up to 10, so they keep maintaining themselves.
Saw a 4th check out of the ball game. Carter on the drive, tried to send it down. Weigel got the arm of the way. Well, with Rubidoux and Falcon, there's a lot of hype around those guys, obviously, and for good reason. However, Weigel's been superb here in this ball game tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's just kind of the floor general out there, kind of making sure the extra pass gets done, doing that defensive pressure. He's on the ground every time there's a loose ball.
To the rack, it was stripped. Carson Sessing.
Again, Minot North just getting to the rim at ease. The rotation, the sliding of the defense. You're going to see the Coach Horner lose his frustrations here as they keep getting to that paint. And again, he's not going to force them into a zone. He's going to make his team kind of learn to play man-to-man and work through this.
Worked in off of Blickery. Bachmeyer kicks it outside. This is 3-land. Sessing front of the rim. Rubidoux had the rebound.
And they had a mismatch in the paint there. Rubidoux and Juleson had switched. Didn't take advantage of that opportunity.
Braxton Ruff works it back away to Weigel. Kicked out of the corner for Falcon.
Yeah, you're going to see Legacy take the air out of the ball here for a little bit.
Round the horn they go with it. 3 attempt from Jack Juleson. Juleson's got his own rebound. Kicked it back over to Falcon. Fake the shot, comes back up to Juleson. Now Weigel downtown, just off the mark. Carter got it off away here into the hands of Blickery. Time wearing down to 10:25 to play here in regulation. Timeout for Jason Horner. First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. Legacy leads 42-32 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Jersey Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny? Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Tonight's game on the PSP Network proudly brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online at northern-plains.com. Northern Plains Heating and Air. How do you like that end zone view like that? That's pretty cool, isn't it?
It gives a different angle from the baseline and kind of see the action. You're just amazing. You got more options. I love the score feed running across there now. We got the end zone. We got the noise on the rims at times.
Big thanks again to North Dakota Score Feed for being a partner of the PSP Network. Rubidoux, been quiet here in the second half. That's his first field goal. He's got 12, however, in the ball game.
And he's just starting to get in that post, kind of sinking in and using his lower body and kind of just using his patience and using that left hand.
Blickery kicked it off, far side. Shot from downtown was no good. Attempted by Sessing. Sorry, that was 22 rather, Caden Helm.
I'd like to see what the shooting percentage is for North here from the perimeter, because they are getting great looks, just not able to knock them down tonight.
Ruff, off the mark. Under 10 to play in regulation. North's had chances to be right in this ball game in the driver's seat. Up off the glass. Do they count it?
Called offensive foul, kind of uses offhand to kind of clear out and create space.
Cade Helm charged with the offensive on the play. Another look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Falcon to put the ball into play. Falcon's been quiet to the contest here tonight, only 7 for the Minot Stink commit.
Yeah, and I was mentioning that in the first half, where I'd like to see him get a little more aggressive. He's forced a couple shots here now, but this zone's kind of to his advantage, where he can get open and having to be able to shoot a little bit quicker here and find his gaps. But, you know, against the zone, obviously you get skip passes to the three-point line. And as we mentioned, you know, we want him to kind of move in a little bit, kind of mid-range, get in the post, find some easy buckets.
Number 7 in the WDA, the scoring chase right now is Falcon. Shot clock's down to 8. Here's Rubidoux. Far side, Berryhill. On corks for 3, no good.
Nice box out there by North. 3 guys all there.
Hochmeyer was the one that pulled it in. Behind the back, it went for Blickery. Now to Carter. Back to Blickery. On the drive towards the rack. Falcon's going to be charged with another one here. Minot North will get the ball back.
Yeah, Caden Helm again, just finding ways to get to that hoop, picking up fouls. Next one will be in the bonus. So we're at the 8.5-minute mark here, and we had 23 points at half, and now we're at 32. It's just been a slow grind for Minot, scoring 9 points here and so far in almost 12 minutes here gone by here in the second half.
Well, we thought we might be in store for a low-scoring affair here tonight, but there's been a little bit of a cap on the rim.
and you got to attribute Legacy. They do a very nice job of controlling, like I said, possessions. They run the shot clock down to under 10 before they run their offense sometimes. They'll take the quick shot when it's there.
Off the mark again that time for Blickery. Blickery averaging 13 per night. He's been held to 7 in this contest. Weigel to Falcon. Skip past to Berryhill, back to Falcon. Thought about uncorking from way downtown. They go to Rubidoux. Now Falcon, top of the arc, back to Berryhill. Berryhill for 3-0. Rubidoux pounding his way in. Offensive is the charge. Drawing the call there was Braden Blickery.
Yeah, and that was a great offensive rebound there. Picked up his fourth foul.
Number 4 on Rubidoux. He's going to come off onto the bench here for Legacy. Still a 12-point lead for the Sabres. Jacquinette in off the draw. Just missed. Weigel, corner pocket. There we've got somebody from downtown as Weigel buries for 3. Hischler calls a timeout for Minot North. Biggest lead of the ball game for Legacy. It's at 15, 47-32 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
A 15-point lead for Legacy on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. See if we can get you a live look in from Bismarck High and Mandan. That game tighter than some thought it might be as far as lower scoring than we thought it would be, Cole. 37-35, Mandan leading number 2 Bismarck High. Midway through the second half of hoops. Planet Pizza open tomorrow for their lunch buffet. I had my little son's little guy, Ike Holberg, his 4th birthday there last night. Happy birthday, buddy. We sure love you. Planet Pizza's awesome, by the way.
It is. Every time we get a chance to get up there, I love that.
Weigel up top with the basketball. Taken away there by Bachmeyer. Now on the run, Jacquinette went up for it. Weigel stripped him from it. Goes off the end line. Minot North can't buy a bucket.
Yeah, they're just cold right now, and the effort hasn't let down. Their defensive pressure's picked up. They got great opportunities. They've had great looks for the second half. They just haven't been able to knock a shot down. And that's just going to come with experience, a little bit more confidence. And, you know, at some point, I'd be very scared to play these guys later on in the year when they start hitting shots.
Carter off to Blickery. Sends it across the court. Over here to the near side for Jez. Goes back over for 3. That one drops in, but play was already whistled dead as stepping on the end line there was Cameron Jez.
And they needed that 3-pointer to go, too. They have been held scoreless here for quite a while, and that might have helped them opportunity, especially with Rubidoux picked up 4 fouls sitting on the bench.
Jacquinette will reach in. That's going to be a foul on him. 6'1" junior guard, averaging 6.5. Number 4 on Jacquinette. 1-on-1 coming here from the line. Nothing but net. There's a drops in for Easton Bergerud.
All of his points have been from the free throw line. We were thinking the same thing. 5 points here tonight, all from the free throw line.
Such a key factor in this game of basketball. 7 for 7 from the charity stripe for Legacy in the first half, according to my count. Go to the second half again. All 6 now from the line for Bergerud, the 6'6" senior. Flavin with the basketball. Carter back up top with it. Goes back away down to Flavin. Barry Hill says no.
Good rotation defensive there and good communication by Legacy.
Jason Horner telling Weigel just to slow up shop a bit. They got it over the timeline, then it was tipped out of play by Carter. 17-point lead for the Sabres. Here with 6:24 left in regulation. Join us tonight for our planning team, financial advisors, and Shots Crossroads postgame show. Falcon way downtown, no. We'll have our Magic City Home Leisure move of the game. We'll also have our Sport Clips MVP of the contest. Carter dancing in, putting it up and scoring.
And that's Carter's first points here tonight. Nice crossover finish. Used his length and athleticism to get to the rim.
One more look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Just that ability to change direction.
Parting of the Red Seas at a sense, and he laid it up off the window and in. Carter scrambling hard on the defensive side here. Minot North gets the ball back.
You look at Coach Hunter trying to teach there with Bergerud is you're a post, jump stop, get your elbows out, don't put it on the ground, pivot, get it to the guards. And that's just a teaching lesson here. Obviously the score doesn't indicate how close it may have been, but you want to teach those lessons here coming down later in the season so that when that situation happens again, he's aware.
Underneath the rack, easy dish, Caden Flavin up and in.
They're getting a lot of opportunities in that paint. It's nice to see these shots start to fall. I can't imagine that Coach Horner and his Legacy coaches are very happy with the defensive effort here, getting that many post touch in the paint.
Shepard with the basketball. Back over to Brody Weigel off the mark. Ball comes back away down to Minot North. They're on the run with it. Coming with it here is Sessing. Back up top, Carter. Left-handed three, swoosh!
And he's been held scoreless, averaging almost 10 points a game. He's got a quick 5 here in the second half.
Minot back within 10, 49-39. Full court press is on for the Sentinels. Corner pocket three, there's an answer. Shepard from downtown, his first points of the game.
That was just a huge timely effort right there as you cut it to 10 and then you get the guy that you aren't thinking is going to be shooting the three and knocks her down, Shepard.
Carter on the drive, kicks it back up top. That one's off the mark on the attempt coming from Cameron Jez. And then a foul on the rebound opportunity. It's going to be on Carter.
Yeah, that three-pointer there from Shepard really just kind of took the air out of Minot North there where they cut it to 10. They had some momentum. Rubidoux been on the bench with 4.
Back to the serve pro free throw line, Easton Bergerud. Flawless from the stripe in the ball game. 6 points for him from the serve pro free throw line here in the contest. Jinxed him.
He's had a nice game filling in the role with Rubidoux in foul trouble, kind of getting those defensive rebounds, kind of mixing it up, physicality.
Corner pocket three-pointer off the mark. North's got it again. Will be Minot North basketball. Reaching in on the play was Braxton Ruff. Is that who's charged with the foul? It is.
We were talking about the first half, how quick that went and not a lot of fouls. And now here's the second half, kind of getting a little hectic and a little mutter, as I'll call it, in the horse racing world, where it's getting a little rough out there. Ball's not going in the hoop, a little bit of turnovers. Now we're getting into the bonus, getting close to double bonus.
From the serve pro free throw line, Carson Sessing with his second point to the contest. Lead cut to 12, lead cut to 11. Sessing goes 2 for 2 from the stripe.
You're going to see that full court pressure by Minot North, hopefully get some quick turnovers.
Ruff with the basketball. Dishes off down to the baseline, working back into the paint. Juleson. Falcon to Weigel. Back up top down to Juleson. Back over to Ruff. 8 on the shot clock. Inside to Falcon. Dishes back up top. Juleson for 3. No. Rebound pulled down by Caden Flavin, and he'll run the court with it. Jacquet open, corner pocket, three-pointer.
That's a big shot there for Jacquet. His first points here in the game.
Got a ball game all of a sudden, 52-44. Minot North needing a stop here. 3.5 to play in regulation. BNC Bank scoreboard has Legacy up 52-44. Last touch there by Carson Sessing, so Legacy gets the ball back.
And that post feed there, you got a 6'8" Rubidoux with long arms, ball fake, shoot it up high where the defense can't get to it. When you throw those low bounce passes in there, they got to be quick, and he's got a seal, and that's where the ball got tipped.
Sessing checking out, Opforth back in for Minot North.
So knowing what Coach Horner likes to do, obviously, as I mentioned earlier in the game, trying to run the clock here a little bit. There's 17 on the shot clock. He might not be able to do it here, but he's going to run this possession down. Obviously, if he can create a foul, he's getting the free throw line, scoring with the clock stopped.
Braxton Ruff up top with it. Rubidoux back into the ballgame. It's Falcon. Falcon one-handed, put it up and in. Parker Falcon looking good there.
And that's going to your senior, 6'5" senior leader, averaging 20 a game. Just put him on the post, needed a bucket there with 5 on the shot clock.
9 now in the contest for Parker Falcon. Jacquet into the lane. Blocking foul on Berryhill.
Coach Horner doesn't like that call there. A good effort on Legacy trying to rotate over. Berryhill's had a kind of an interesting first half, a little bit of contusion on his leg here, but been able to bounce back. I think there's a question on the block foul if he was shooting or if he was passing.
Pro free throw line visit here for Jacquet. 3 points in the contest for him. Make it 4. 1 for 1 for the stripe. Shooting 100% on the season from the Pro free throw line. 3 for 3 now on the campaign. Front of the rim.
You're 2 for 2 on the jinx.
Just quit reading those off, they'll say. Falcon with the basketball. 2:40 to play in regulation.
Yeah, we're at a crucial point here right now where Minot North has to get a stop without fouling and get a ball, quick transition. And they got to score quickly.
Ruff to Falcon, inside to Rubidoux. Foul on the play inside. Rubidoux's fouled as getting the hand up was Braden Blickery.
And they ran that shot clock down to 8 before they actually attacked towards the rim. Got Rubidoux on the post, had Falcon out on the wing, so if you're going to help, you got a 3-point shooter, and if you're not going to help, you got Rubidoux one-on-one on the post.
Like how I didn't mention that he was flawless from the line.
You know, they
in
missed
the ball game.
Every time you mention it, they miss, but overall, as a team, they've done a nice job from the free throw line. Again, scoring in many ways as coaches when you're struggling on the offensive end is when that clock stopped, get to that free throw line, be able to get some easy buckets. And now I jinx him.
Off the mark for Rubidoux. Collectively 67% from the stripe on the season. For Legacy coming into the matchup here tonight through the 3 games. That number will rise here tonight. They've been almost flawless in the contest. Nice arm of the way there from Carson Sessing, knocked it out of play. Lead back to 11 here for Legacy. Parker Falcon will put the ball back into play here for the Legacy Sabres. Boy, I'd hate to have to vote on who the senior athlete of the year is this year inside the WDA for boys basketball, eh?
Oh, you got a lot of Hudson Sheldon, Andre Austin, you got Falcon. I'm sure I'm missing a few. The Minot.
Winchesky.
Sure. Yep.
There's a handful of them around the state of North Dakota, I'm telling you. Worked inside. Rubidoux backs his way in. Using that size and the power. Rubidoux, second field goal of the second half.
And he did that with 4 fouls.
Carter downtown. No. Berryhill rebound. 91 seconds left in regulation. Skipped on over to Ruff, back to Falcon. Now Ruff goes to the right side. Falcon's gonna get it back. No, it's Carter that's got it. Carter goes down. Carter with the layup. He's fouled on the play. Weigel's gonna be charged with the foul. Planning Team Financial at Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next. Tweet the NSN Network PSP. Let us know who you think tonight's MVP is. Brought to you by Sport Clips. We'll also have our Magic City Home Leisure move of the game coming up in our postgame. Tamari Carter from the stripe drops it in. Tamari's second is up and good. Legacy basketball. 10-point lead here for the Sabres. Receiving votes in the most recent media poll. Speaking of receiving votes, Wilton Wing, the new #1 team in Class B basketball, took down New Salem Almont in the first half, 33-30. That game closer than some thought it might be. Deep three. Bingo for Blickery. Third three of the contest for Braden Blickery. Wind up making it interesting. Back within 7. Timeout on the court brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. We'll take one as well. 57-50, Legacy on top, trying to hang on to improve to 4-0 on the season.
City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Magic City Home Leisure brings you the move of the game here tonight on the PSP Network. Right in time for Christmas. Magic City Home Leisure. Saunas, spas, pools, billiards, you name it. Magic City Home Leisure and Spas, etc. bring you tonight's ball game. Under a minute to play in regulation. 7-point lead for Legacy. Shot clock's down to 10. Worked inside. Falcon, spin move underneath. He's hacked on the play. Carter got the arm on him. Parker Falcon will go to the Servpro free throw line.
And you see the last two possessions there where who they've gone to. They've gone to Parker Falcon, their senior, averaging over 20 a game. Struggling a little bit here tonight, but they go to him at the end here when they need buckets. It's a 7-point game. They've gone to him the last 2 times, and he's been able to contribute. Now we'll see here at the free throw line.
Good to hear from Derek Descent tonight, checking in.
What do you call him? Double D.
Double D. Off at North Dakota State. Hope you're doing well, Derek. Sent a text that said, "You're the king of jinxing people at the line." I have a feeling that old Double D, Mr. Basketball, probably had that a few times in his career at Minot High, with me calling the Lions share those games. Falcon at the Servpro free throw line, trying to extend the lead to 8. He does. He drops it in. Not over yet, but time is wearing thin. Rubidoux had the block down and deep. Braxton Ruff's going to be fouled on the play. Well, Cole Higlin will make his way down to the court. You'll have our MVP of the game and the winning coach of this contest. Jason Horner, 27.5 seconds away from that happening right now here on the PSP Network with the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Starting to run out of time for Minot North, looking for their first win in WDA conference play. And Braxton Ruff helping that cause. 4th point to the ball game, that time from the Servpro free throw line. Big thanks again to Aaron Wald producing the show and running the cameras tonight. Job well done, my friend. Ruff misses on the second. Minot North's got it here with Flavin. Crossed it over, comes back. Deep 3 attempt off the front of the rim for Braden Blickery. That will do it tonight here at Legacy High School Gymnasium. Fans start to come to their feet. Sabres will take the air out of the basketball. Weigel will hang on to it. Teams will shake hands at center court, and we'll move to our planning team financial at Shots Crossroads postgame show. Join us for the coaches' comments when we come back. And our MVP of the game, 59-50, Legacy over Minot North.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show. We'll hop right into it. Cole Higlin's on the floor with Jason Horner.
All right, Coach Horner. Obviously, you weren't probably happy with all aspects of this game here tonight. It looked like that first half, you were probably giving up a little too much penetration. It seemed like they got a lot of paint touches in there. They didn't shoot the ball very well, which I think was a tribute to your guys' defense. But if I had to sum up this game here tonight, what would be one word that you think you could describe today's game?
Do you have a 7-second delay?
Yeah.
Slobber knocker. Rock fight, if you can put that together in one word. It's just a W-day basketball game.
And I think overall, I mean, you're going to have these nights where sometimes you don't shoot the ball very well. I mean, Parker Falcons averaged a 20 a game, didn't quite get there tonight. I think they were keen on them. You had Rubidoux got some foul trouble there. You had some guys step up. I thought Brody Weigel had a nice game where he was kind of, I guess, as a senior leader there, kind of handling the ball, penetration, giving the extra kicks. Every time there was a ball on the ground, he was going loose for it. But you made an adjustment at halftime, it seemed like, and I think you must have challenged your team. What happened at halftime?
Well, it wasn't so much schematically as it was, having that sense of urgency to start a game. I mean, this is the third game in a row where we come out flat and teams are just jumping all over us. We're a step slow, like you said. Thankfully, they didn't shoot it well because I know that they got a ton of open looks. And so, but we can't wait until, like I said before the game, you can't wait until things are looking dire before you decide that you're going to have a little bit of urgency. And so, I don't know, man. Like the talk at halftime, besides minor adjustments, was just a mindset of taking something away from somebody, playing with some passion. Like, you only got 24 of these in a season, and we act like you have, 3 a day, that we're going to play 3 games in a day. It's crazy to me how you can't go the whole time and just play with passion like that. And so that's going to be something that we're going to have to do because you ain't going to be able to get away with it like we did tonight.
Minot North is dangerous. I mean, they had some great looks and they had some great athleticism. But one of the things we talked about in pregame, and you touched on it, was I think your team has to learn how to blow teams out. Mm-hmm. You can score, you can defend, but you got to learn how to blow teams out. And then when you got that lead, hopefully you have that senior leadership. So I know you're frustrated. I'm sure we'll be doing some defensive slides there in practice tomorrow. But hey, good luck the rest of the way. A win is a win.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you too. All right, Jonathan Rubidoux, congratulations. Good game. Got in a little foul trouble there, but I think you battled back. Talk about how your game has changed from last year to this year, because I've seen a little bit of maturity out there.
I'd say my game's changed a lot. I mean, I'd say I became better at shooting better shots and having a better shot selection. I'd say my post too. I'd say it's gotten better. I've gotten a lot comfortable down low, and I'd say like for my freshman year especially, all I wanted to do was shoot. And like from my AAU team, all I seen was people shoot. But then Horner helped me develop a game down low, and I've always had it, but I've never used it, and he made the true me come out.
Well, that's great to hear, because that's what coach's job are to make you. You're supposed to progress as you mature and you become now a junior. You've done a nice job sealing the paint. You picked up 4 fouls there early. Those are some things I'm sure you're going to work on, but you came back in there with the last 4 minutes to go in the game, made some crucial finishes there in the paint. What does this team need to do to get better here? Because tonight was a little, I guess I'll call it, awkward for everybody as far as on the defensive end, not making the stops that Coach Horner referenced. So what do you think we got to do as a team here to make Legacy be successful here moving forward?
I'd say our urgency. I mean, coming out from the beginning of the game, for like the past 2-3 games, we've had a slow start, and I think that's what's really killing us. And it's like when we have that slow start, it starts to bring us down, and then we try to build from that. And I think that we just need to just have more energy coming out and just being hot right away. And I get that some nights some shots might not fall, but just being there for each other and just shooting good shots and just playing good basketball.
Hey, a win's a win. Congratulations. Good luck on Friday. Back to you, Nick.
Thank you very much. Cole Higland out on the floor with our MVP of the game, Jonathan Rubidoux, and the head coach, Jason Horner. 59-50 the final score. We'll break it down when we come back here to Legacy High School's gymnasium.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FinRun SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show. Nick Colbert, Cole Higland here from Legacy High School Gymnasium. Planet Pizza live look in. It's a dogfight at the Carl Guard. Number 2 Bismarck, number 5 Mandan. Don't want to tell you what to do. You should hang around and hear this post-game recap, but that's a good one in Bismarck. 59-50 the final score here tonight in this ball game. Cole, overall, your thoughts on the contest? I think Jason Horner maybe summed it up best tonight, hey?
Yeah, he's a little frustrated with the team's defensive effort there, giving away too many poach touches as we met in the paint and just not stopping penetration. I think he knows that he got away with one here tonight because Minot North is dangerous. And I think if they learn to knock down some perimeter shots and just finish and just the effort was there, the defense was there. They just didn't convert on the offensive end. And I think once they figure that out, they could be a very dangerous team here come later in the year.
Yeah, without a doubt. Time for our final game numbers of this ball game tonight. Let's start with Minot North in the losing effort. They dropped to 1-2, 0-1 in the WDA. Led in scoring tonight by the 10 points from Braden Blickery. 8 from Caden Flavin, 7 from Tamari Carter, 9 for Bachmeyer, 3 for Jez, 2 for Opforth, 4 for Helm, 3 for Sessing. Jack Cadet had 5, all coming in the second half. Leading the charge for all scorers tonight, our MVP of the game, Jonathan Rubidoux, had 15. 10 for Parker Falcon, 6 for Barry Hill, 6 for Bergrud, 4 for Jack Juleson, 4 for Braxton Ruff. Brody Weigel had a solid 10-point night performance tonight for the Legacy Sabres. Final score, 59-50. It was 33-23 at the half. Rock fight, Slobberknocker. Jason Horner wasn't too thrilled with it. I think for good reason, probably. If you're Minot North, you're probably not very happy either if you're the Minot North coaching staff either after that ball game here tonight. They just couldn't shoot the ball very well.
Yeah, I'd like to see the stats, what they were from the three-point line here tonight. Is shots were there. They got good looks, just weren't able to knock them down. And that happens sometimes when you play basketball here, and it's early in the year, and they got a lot of opportunities to continue to improve.
Shields brings you the standings in boys hoops. Commandant take down Bismarck. That's a question mark here tonight, trying to stay unbeaten. Legacy remains unbeaten. They're 4-0. Minot North drops to 1-2. Minot High was at St. Mary's tonight. Minot High will be at Bismarck High coming up. Bismarck High will be at Minot High coming up this weekend. Rest of the week looks like this. I'll be back in Bismarck on Thursday for Minot High at Legacy in hockey. Then Bismarck and Minot girls and boys play on Friday nights. Legacy travels over to St. Mary's for another WDA doubleheader. Nedrow's at Surrey and girls hoops. Saturday, girls and boys basketball. Garrison's at Velma. Jamestown is at Minot High School. Hope you join us on the PSP Network for Monster Week of coverage again right before the holiday break. Looking forward to that. Final order of business here, however, tonight, Magic City Home Leisure move of the game. Hot tubs, spas, saunas. Got a new hot tub for Magic City Home Leisure, and it is fantastic. I'm telling you, sit in that thing every night and sometimes even every morning. Iggy, I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Magic City Home Leisure. They've got a 5 out of 5 star rating on Google with over 200 reviews. I think that tells you everything you need to know. They do it up right at Magic City Home Leisure. At our move of the game tonight, there was plenty to pick from here, but I just thought that when Minot North had a chance, they closed the gap just a bit. It just seemed like Legacy had the answer. Maybe it's not the Parker Falcon one-hander right there, but more so just the answer that Legacy had throughout the evening.
Well, I think, like I said, they cut it to 7 there with 3 minutes to go, and they went to Falcon both times, run the shot clock under 10 seconds, put him on the block, and he was able to convert and then got to the free throw line and just sealed the win here for Legacy, 59-50.
Magic City Home Leisure brings you the move of the game here tonight on the PSP Network. Final closing thoughts from you tonight in this WDA affair with a Legacy sweep for boys and girls.
Well, I think both Legacy girls and boys have room for improvement. It's early in the year. Defensive efforts were there. Obviously, scoring wasn't quite where everybody wanted it to be. Congratulations to Brooklyn Felkley getting her 1,000-point here tonight. And then Minot North, men or boys basketball here tonight, look out. I think they figure out how to get the ball in the hoop there. They're going to have an opportunity here to knock some teams off that are going to be underestimating the value and the quickness that they have.
Do you have one key for them on how to do that moving forward? It's kind of just the way the game is. Sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're not. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's a fair statement. I think they play a very hectic, up-paced tempo, and they like that penetration kick, and so they're going to take a lot of volume shots, and obviously they're going to make and miss at times, and tonight was just not their night knocking down shots.
Iggy, great job as always. Happy holidays to you and your family. Thanks for joining us. Aaron Wald on the cameras producing tonight. Fantastic job, my friends. Big thanks to all those sponsors on the PSP Network. Frankly, without them, we just wouldn't be here. And an even bigger thank you to all of our military men and women out there. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Thank you so much to all the servicemen and women that are doing what they do and what they've done to allow us to do what we do. And that's be here enjoying a high school basketball doubleheader like tonight was. Legacy over Minot North, excuse me. That was the first time I did that the whole game tonight. It took me 3.5 hours to do it. The Sentinels dropped to the Sabres in the doubleheader tonight. And the boys game 59-50. For our producer Aaron Wald and Mr. Cole Higland, I'm Nick Holberg signing off. We'll see you Thursday right back here where Minot High will take on Legacy and boys hockey. Until then, please have a great night and God bless.
PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Damn it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shops Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.